I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Well, we're learning a lot, and especially with just the basic knowledge of what you would need for an entry-level job.
All the basic skills to be a medical assistant in a doctor's office or a clinic.
You're leaning on it, and that'll make a difference.
And then they also do on-the-job training, and they work in doctor's offices or clinics throughout Kern County. The kids are job ready, and many of them are employed before the end of the school year. They're promised a job, as well as they continue their education. We have many registered nurses out there and even physicians.
I'm thinking I want to be an anesthesiologist. So a lot of school, but it'll be worth it in the end.
A lot of more hands-on activity, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, It's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
We're in manufacturing engineering. We design parts, 3D parts, 2D parts, we create assemblies.
It's helping me get training in all of this stuff, like the computer programs that we have here, the machines that we have here. We learn a lot of math in here, mostly geometry and fractions, because I love math. That's why I'm in this class.
Mr. Lemmy, he's a great instructor.
So the problem is this piece itself.
He really goes hands-on with us. He helps us as much as we can. We've learned a lot from him.
Right now we're supplying students that are skilled in the safety, basic operation of machine work, and then they also leave with some soft skills. They understand they have to be on time, They understand that they have to get up and talk to people. Most of them are walking out of here with a solid foundation in the entry level of a trade.
They can have a job anywhere they go because they have a basic understanding of what it's going to take to put products out that people are going to use.
Hopefully this is a good career for me. End up doing something good, have a good life, and make some money.
In animal care, the students learn a variety of things, whether it's tools or terms. In the veterinary field, they learn about the skeletal systems, animal nutrition, the housing, how to properly care for them. They also have the opportunity in the spring to actually go work at a veterinary hospital or at an animal shelter or a grooming salon.
Animal restraint, weight and temperature, pulse, respiration, all of that I learned here.
They take a state certified test, and if they pass, they become a certified vet assistant right out of high school.
It's always hands-on, and so I think that's what really helps us is that we're not just getting it from a textbook, we're actually doing these things, and we're actually practicing these things that we'll be doing in our future careers.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit.
After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
Welcome to the city, Motor City, where it's summer sell-down.
Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Kern High Network. It is a special, special evening. We are into the throes of the final weekend of summer football, if you want to call it that. The last weekend of summer. We're going to go into autumn here this coming week. So why not have a scorcher of a football game between the home Liberty Patriots, and they are welcoming in long-time rival, the Clovis football squad coming in here. These guys, the Cougars, know Bakersfield pretty well. They've been here a long, long time. They've come in and out of these football stadiums over the last 5 decades or more, and so tonight's going to be a big one, and they will take on these Liberty Patriots here at home with a big crowd. I'm Vance Palm. Welcome. I've got my longtime partner, Rick Van Horn. Rick and I they allowed us to get together. That's a dangerous move. Stan Green waited 5 weeks to do it, but he finally put us together. Great to see you, Rick. Kevin Willey, of course, our director, and all things technical. We've got our great buddy here from the Californian, and he's going to be sitting right next to us. So, Rick, we've got to get our yardages right. We can't guess. We can't mess around. But big football game, and on a night like this, I think it's wise that the Liberty Patriots deferred. They're going to kick off, put that powerful defense of theirs out in the field first. Good evening, Rick.
Good evening. This has got some playoff atmosphere. Even though it's a preseason game, it feels like a playoff game.
Long boot to start off, and it's going to be Clovis coming out in the football field on the offensive side. Rick, what do you know about the Cougars this year, 2019 version?
Well, you know, they're off to a good start. 3-1. One loss coming to Bullard, who's right now, it seems like, one of the top 3 football teams in the Valley, along with Liberty. Their quarterback, Isaiah Robles, and their number 1 rusher, Tristan Risley, who's just a sophomore, number 31.
Again, welcome everybody. Kern High Network, Vance Palm, Rick Van Horn, Kevin Woolley. Great to have you here. The technically last summer football game. First day of autumn just around the corner here. Clovis, 1st and 10. They'll start off with a run to the left side of the football field. Nothing doing there. And Rick, very quickly, we've got a lot of time to unfold this thing and unpack it and talk about it from a lot of different angles. But Liberty Patriots also with a 3-1 record. And other than that, they've had a very strong start to this season. I've called one of their games already and seen a pretty powerful football team out there. Here's a 2nd and long and on the ground. Thought he was going to throw it at first. Now he's on his own. Look at this big gain. Wow. Robles with a big gain. First down, Clovis.
Yeah, Liberty looks like they're going to have their young quarterback back, who sat out last week. Hayden Mann, who's the young quarterback who's got the starting job this year, sat out last week, I believe, because he was injured.
1st and 10. Clovis stays on the ground, puts it in the hands of Jordan Hilford for a few. Well, it's a very interesting football game. It's week 5 of the 2019 season, so by this time you hope to think you've seen enough of a football team not to know all of the nuances of what they're going to bring to the field, but you get a good feel of kind of what they're going to look like, and that's certainly something that we have come to know Liberty to look like by week 1, let alone week 5, and that's a staunch defense.
Yeah, it is. You know, and this was a boxing match, which would be a heavyweight match between 2 perennial powers in the Valley.
Head coach Rich Hammond for the Cougars on a 3rd and 3.
Now, you got to cover Liberty this year.
Liberty at Ridgeview.
At Ridgeview.
I want to talk about the games that I've called and the games you've called. We kind of share some things as the evening unfolds. 3rd and 3. Robles to throw. Wow, what a gun. Throws it down the far side and a little bit over the outstretched fingertips of the intended receiver out there, Corey Arcelis.
But an impressive throw.
Man.
That thing was a bullet. Robles, a senior. You know, Clovis is primarily a running team, but with Robles, they can throw it, and he's actually a capable runner.
JoJo Montesino's number 8 back to receive the kick.
Clovis will punt. 4th and 3, and they're just at their 40, so not really going to get too sneaky. How about this high, big boomer right here? And no reason to call it because pick it up now. I thought he was going to pick it up on the first bounce. And by the way, everybody, that's JoJo Montesino. I thought on that first bounce he was going to be gone with it, but then he let it bounce 3 or 4 more times. And I'll tell you what, Rick, we've seen that a lot this year. On the games that I've called, we've seen some indecision by return men. We've seen some balls bounce that it should have never bounced. My partner, Kenny Calvin, on some of these other games, boy, it got his ire, saying that back in the old days, they'd be running if they let that thing bounce at all.
That's right. That's a pet peeve of mine. You know, right there, Liberty lost probably 15 yards by just not catching that and took a close bounce.
Okay.
I'm excited to see Henderson, the Division I prospect for Liberty High School.
Patriots, 1st and 10, inside the 15 to start things off, their own 15. Strong right side, triples to the right. It looks like a run play, and it is, and they hand the ball off right up the middle, and it's going to be Prentice Boone. By the way, the junior Prentice Boone, it's always unique when you have only a junior and you feel like you've been calling his name for 2 or 3 years. Very reminiscent of Sam Stewart Jr. last year, the All-Area Player of the Year. Seemed like we called his name for 5, 6, 7 years at Liberty High. 2nd and 5. Again, my partner tonight, Rick Van Horn. He's coached at every level here in the Kern High district level and the community, head coach of our professional football team, the Bakersfield Blitz at one time, an author on Bakersfield High School and BC football. Lucky to have him here. Strong roll to the right. Oh, and he just snuck it in, incomplete, and not enough steam on that one. Ben Sini tried to make the catch, but just didn't have the zip on it. Oh, sorry, that's Nathan Krause on there. Krause, intended receiver.
Fourth down for the Patriots.
Liberty not taking any chances. They're going to go ahead and punt it away here because this is going to be a hard-fought ball game. I tell you, both teams passed the eye test when they came on the field. It looked like some junior colleges I've seen.
More on that later. We've got some questions to ask you about. Here's a wobbler, and this is going to be caught on the run. Oh, and a great tackle midfield. I'll tell you what, had it not been made, I can tell you this, Moses Sains had a full head of steam when he caught that, but Isaiah Taralba got him in the knees and the thigh, and had that not happened, he would have been at least to the 40, no question, maybe even more. But in actuality, the ball's going to start exactly midfield.
You know, we were just talking about that, catching the ball.
He was gone.
You know, that's all you got to do. You're back there to do one thing.
Pass across the middle, broken up out
nice
there.
Play. Oh,
they're going to call a PI on Ronnie. They're going to call it on Oliver, Jason Oliver. Looked like a nice play from here, but it is.
And of course, if that name sounds familiar, he's the son of one of the greats around here. Ever come out of here? Jason Oliver Jr., just a sophomore, starting at corner for him.
I saw his dad, the USC Trojan legend, the BHS legend, and I said, "Man, your warm up, your pregame quarterback's got to get a stronger arm." Obviously facetious.
Well, I'm watching their warm-ups. They got two ex-quarterbacks. They got Nixon throwing, and they got Mike Lewis out there throwing.
Mike Lewis is zipping 50-yard dimes in warm-ups. A triple package down here in the bottom of your screen. Oh, a nice keeper out there, and Robles gets up to the 18-yard line. Boy, he's got strong arm, and he's pumped up.
Yeah.
He's popping his teammates in the chest, saying, "Let's go." How about this? Also, no-huddle offense. Coach Hammonds gets it in quickly. So it's 1st and 10 from the Liberty 20. Here come the Cougars. Keep it again, Robles. This time stop for a second, but still, and a flag on the play.
Quarterback Robles.
And I think, was that going to be a face mask, inadvertent?
29 again, Sorgiani makes the stop.
It very well could be.
Hope not. I didn't really see any offensive linemen out in that area. It just looked like Robles doing all of them on his own.
We're gonna about ready to find out here. Let's see. Oh.
Foul for face mask on the defense. The defender's hand was not inside the opening of the helmet. Second down.
Dig that. That referee is on it. Appreciate that. Second and they're going to say 2nd and 7. Ball's in the 17-yard line. Robles in the shotgun, has one running back on his left side, and they fake it, play option, and it is tossed out here. Breaks the tackle, and does he get in? Oh, goodness.
Looks like he pulled out of bounds.
Oliver, basically, they shook Oliver off, and
Number 3, Dylan
Tooker had to save a touchdown, but Grant Lake just took Oliver and said, "Hey, back down, my man. I'm a senior."
The young sophomore will learn, and he'll be in the weight room these next 2 years, and I guarantee in 2 years
he'll remember that. Grant
Lake
will
be a different player
with that near touchdown.
Oh!
And it was a handoff, 1st and goal from the 1, by the way, but Jordan Hilford tripped up.
Nathan Mariscal.
Second and goal. No gain, no loss. Still at the 1. Under 8 to go here in this first quarter. Robles, the QB, might keep it himself. No, they try to jam it in again, and look at the Patriots. They no dice. That's Hunter Thorpe and Jake O'Connell with a big, big stop there. Well, that's big. Let's change it up the play a little bit now. They got to make a decision.
Yeah. The way Robles runs, you may see some kind of rollout, some kind of sprint out, maybe a boot pass here with Robles carrying the ball.
Robles moving things around. Does have Hilford now on his right hip. Just over 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. 3rd and goal from the 3. Robles going to try to jam it in himself, and he does. Touchdown Clovis. Just ran into a wall. We've seen him with the spin move already, so that's kind of in his repertoire. Just turns around and boom, touchdown Clovis.
This game here is going to clear up a lot of the picture of the rankings here in the Valley. You know, Buchanan right now, I believe, Central is number 1, Buchanan. And then it depends on what poll you look at. You've got Bullard in there, you've got Liberty, you've got Clovis, and you've got a Bakersfield usually sitting about 5 or 6. So
here's the PAT, and it is up and it's good. Continue.
Liberty's already lost to a good Buchanan team, who's probably the second best team in the Valley. Central is still on a roll. You know, we've seen them for how long?
Forever.
Yeah, last 3 or 4 years. So I don't know if anybody's going to be able to stop them, but if any team can, I think it's these Liberty Patriots.
I'm Vance Palm. That's the voice of Rick Van Horn, our director. Kevin Willey with us tonight as well. We're at Liberty High School. The Patriots hosting the Clovis Cougars. Always a nice matchup of 2 of the top shelf teams in the Southern Central section, the CIF here in this Valley of California. So whenever you see Liberty and Clovis on the schedule, whether it's here, whether it's there, you know it's going to be quality play, quality coaching, great schools. And tonight's no different. Clovis up 7-0 right off the top here in the first quarter. Got some other games going on tonight. Our other game this evening, Miramonte is the host school. We've got Titan Tom Myers and Kenny Calvin and his Frontiers hosting Kern Valley. Julian Wilson on camera over there, so it's another game.
Got to call some games with Kenny Calvin, some exciting games. That first week we had East Golden Valley. 10-9 game and last second
that was
field
great.
goal.
We were done with ours and I was watching yours. Kenny's let me know he's a much better play-by-play man than me. So I just believe him, and when you two are together, I mean, I just try to hang on. Kevin and I just try to make it, you know. I've had the luxury of Stan Green with me for a couple games. Here's a little 8-iron about the 23-yard line. Let's see if Liberty can make something happen here. Oh, man, almost for a second got tripped up, and that is Jason Oliver. You know, last week I was called that Ridgeview at BHS game, and, boy, they were just hitting soft sand wedges over on the sides all night long. They didn't want to put it in Jernigan's hand.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is they started off the football game with one of those sand wedges, and the drillers bobbled it. And Ridgeview had the ball 1st and 10 way inside BHS territory, really didn't capitalize on it, and that kind of set the tone for a very funky night at BHS. But Mike Stewart gets his first win. 1st and 10, Liberty. Bad snap. They want to go to the air. Man, has a man open, wide open, and the official almost got ran over. Ay. That could have been treacherous.
Guarded by number 28.
He had Ramon Henderson deep, but the speedy recovery of
the free safety there,
Isaac Garcia,
number 11.
Ooh. And then the official almost got ran over by 8 legs.
What's the count on our officials? We almost lost one last week and almost lost this one.
And then on SportsCenter, one of the top plays last week was the official on one of the big college games knocked out. He knew he was going down, so he just did a somersault, popped up and said, hey, here I am. 2nd and 10. Man, a little quick misdirection play, and it's a nice one. 1st down and maybe more. Oh, that's beautiful. Corey, that's a beautiful play there. Prentice Boone.
That's just that little sprint draw. Well, I've seen that quite a bit this year. You know, Paramount BHS just killed Paramount on that play this year.
Number 5, your ball carrier again.
Well, the biggest play of the BHS game last week was in the second half with that exact same play, and Jernigan bolted for 60-something yards. Unfortunately, an unsportsmanlike penalty at the end of the play. He had something to say, but it caught everybody off guard, and he was gone. Great play. 2nd and 4. Man, stands right on the Liberty logo, the Patriot logo. Takes a look. Boone wrapped up. Not going to get far there. Now they're dogpiling. He doesn't want to go down, though. But when you have someone the size of Kano Williams, number 94, 6'4", 280,
He's a big cat out there, I tell you. Yeah.
That brings up 3rd and 4. I'll tell you what, Prentice staying on his feet for a second at least got him a yard, I think.
Clovis doing a good job disguising their coverage. They have to have, you can't single coverage Ramon Henderson. At least nobody around here can. Maybe at Jernigan, you might see a good battle down the line between those two, but you're always going to have safety help on top with Ramon.
Boom.
Wow.
Very close to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be super, super close.
He just ran into 94, the guy you were talking about, Canoe Williams.
Big junior. A big junior. 6'4". Oh, and the flags fly out of nowhere. Play had stopped, and the white hat tossed it 50 feet in the air.
After the play, number 24 on the defense, delay of game. That's 5 yards from the end of the run. The yardage result in a first down.
On a 4th and 2, Coach Hammond right now is going to have a word with exactly that young man that just ran off the field. Isaac Aceituno has to go off and deal with his coaching staff now, who their defense just held liberty to make it a 4th and long 2. And all of a sudden, 1st and 10 with a delay of game. Oh, that'll be fun in film, eh?
Yeah. It's going to be fun at halftime for him, too.
Yeah, forget about films next week.
Yeah.
Okay, Liberty lives to
take
breathe
the
again, and
shot.
now they go for it. They toss it up, and oh, goodness. Henderson had him beat badly and just overthrown by man, but they went right at it. That's Rick Van Horn football right there.
That's right.
That's Rick Van Horn football.
You get man coverage with Ramon Henderson, you've got to take the shot, and that's what they did. They got press man, no safety help. You got to throw it to him and take your chances.
Especially after, a gift like that, and that mojo gets shift instantly,
Yeah.
so take a shot. Well, 2nd and 10, under 5 to go, first quarter. This is the Kern High Network. You're watching live exclusive coverage of high school sports here in the Kern High School District here in Kern County. Tonight, it's at Liberty High School where we host one of the Fresno teams, Clovis to be specific. The Cougars trying to hang on right now as they've got a 7-0 lead, but Liberty starting to feel it. 3 receivers down here to the right side of your screen. Man takes a quick look and says, no, Prentice is taking care of business. Let's keep doing it. Boone looking for contact.
Boy.
He's looking to hit somebody. And he's got some turf. He's got some grass out there to run on, but he wants to pop somebody. And it looks like he did.
First down.
Looks like he maybe got a little stinger
Got a
there.
little stinger coming off. Boy, he hits that hole hard.
But you know what I was saying? He had room to not be touched, but he looked like he wanted to go lay somebody out. Boy, what a talented junior.
That's a young backfield for Liberty. Hayden Mann, junior, and Prentice is a junior.
Oliver and Harless out to the left side. Henderson. But it's a strong run play, and they put it in the hands of Jason Shores. Shores made it look easy. He picked up 7 yards.
About 7 yards.
Didn't even look like he was touched. Rick, any of your Liberty cronies bringing some tri-tip up here? I haven't eaten all day. Deep pit, tacos, anything?
I came straight up, so I didn't get a chance to talk to any of them.
Yeah, you've changed. 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground again. Coach Nixon saying, "Tell you stop him." Thank you. And he's back on the field already. We thought he might have got his elbow popped, but he's back in there.
3rd and 2 for the Patriots.
Coach Nixon, one of the all-time greats. He's coached a lot of great players. I know his name's always associated and synonymous with Cody Kessler, but Cody's one of many coaches that Nixon's had the opportunity to move. Here we go. Far hash, and they load it up on the boundary side, and he decides to take it the other way. Oh, beautiful pitch, but no, the relationship is bad. Prentice has to get on it. Does he get on it quick enough? And I think Prentice took his eye off the ball. And it's Clovis football. No, they say 4th down.
4th down.
I thought it was a really nice pitch. I don't know if Prentice was looking. What do you think, quarterback?
Well, it's running the option out of the shotgun is a little different than running what we've seen in the past out of the wishbone or the flexbone, because that pitch relationship is different.
I just thought that Prentice saw his quarterback was going to get hit. meaning it's coming. It's coming my
Yeah,
way because
right.
my guy's going to get popped. How about this, though? 40-yarder to get on the board. Is it up? Is it good enough? Look at that. A beautiful kick. Braden Blevins with a 40-yarder. 7-3. We'll take a short break here on the Current High Network. We'll be back. It's a nice one shaping up here. Clovis up 7-3. Back right after this.
Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Kern Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you, so what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
It's summer sell down at Motor City GMC. The all-new GMC Sierra 4-door is under $30,000. We are professional grade and we're California's largest GMC dealer. Go to MotorCityGMC.com.
Kern Schools Federal Credit Union has been the local choice to meet your financial needs. And just because we're local, you can still take us wherever your travels or life may be. From online and digital banking to mobile check deposit, Kern Schools is always a tap away. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Welcome back, everybody. 7-3. Clovis up by 4, but Blevins, we know all about his leg. He's a hero in the school, and he popped another one through. And long kickoff there, so it's another great asset for Coach Nixon to have.
Yeah, it's always a great weapon when your kicker can put it 5 yards in the end zone.
Rick, my start of the season was North at Centennial. Centennial looked really strong. North did not, but then now North's rattled off 3 wins in a row. They're at West tonight, so that was my first game of the year. Do you remember yours?
It was the East Golden Valley game.
Oh, that's right. That was right.
Yeah.
That was your first one.
Yeah, and then later on, a couple weeks ago, we had Foothill and Arvin. Foothill's first win.
Take it easy on my Bears. Don't get excited. It's a dropout here to start off this series. The Bears lose that one. My second game was this Liberty team at Ridgeview, and that was a game that was not that guy was still in question until the end, and the score was a little bit more lopsided than the game was. And then week 3, I had week 3 off. I was checking out Ava in a big volleyball tournament down south. What'd you have week 3?
We had. Gosh, I can't remember.
You see how I asked if he remembered? You thought I was making fun of him, Kevin. Boy, it's the second thing that goes.
Was that the BHS Paramount
game? I think it was. How about this? Nice run out there by Isaiah Robles. He's going to pick up a first down. And then last week I had Ridgeview at BHS.
And I had Frontier at Frontier and Parkview, team from L.A.
All right, so now that we know the lay of the land, we can kind of bounce off that the rest of the evening tonight and talk about a couple of things. I'd like to reference that BHS Ridgeview game because so many interesting things happened in that game. And then Kenny Calvin and I were calling BC at El Camino last Saturday night, and there were so many similar things that were happening in the BHS Ridgeview game and that BC game that we would kind of bounce it off each other. With that in mind, I would like to thank our 3 partners that have been such a huge part of our success here. Of course, the first is Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. Thank you. Of course, to Motor City, thank you. And this year, a very special and quite frankly, very logical relationship with Bakersfield College. You look at our Bakersfield College football roster, well, all of our rosters, volleyball, baseball, football, all of our sports, you look and you see that 98% ratio of local kids. So thank you to those 3 entities and, of course, all of our support system at the Kern High School District. Here it goes, 1st and 10. We're going to dip below the 2-minute mark here in 2 seconds. We're at Liberty High School. 7-3 is the score. Saw Henzo last week. Like his game. Strong arm.
3-year starter. We've called many of his games over the past 3 years.
A real fighter. Likes to get in there and mix it up and say, hey, we're here, I'm here.
And I keep hearing about a linebacker they got, number 7, I believe it. Haven't called one of their games, but
well, they've got Spain Howard, and they have. I'll get to it. I've got my notes here. Unbelievable kid. Robles fires across the middle, and it is dropped. And Nate Johnson Boy, that was put right on the money. How about Isaiah Robles? And by the way, on the roster, he's got his middle initial, capital R, Isaiah R. Robles, 6 foot, 160 pounds. He is a bit wiry, but man, can he spin it.
3rd and 7 for the Cougars.
Pretty good coverage there by Liberty. Who was that? Number 4.
Yeah, that's O'Connell.
O'Connell, yeah.
Okay, 3rd and 7 here. 1:23 to go here in this first quarter. Robles drops back. He seems to have good protection all night. And look at that pass. And a very unique route, kind of just a slow developing route right over here to the near side, caught by Grant Lake, and that was an absolute dart.
Number 4, Jacob O'Connell, and number 21.
Grant Lake, their leading receiver. I tell you, I'm impressed with this Isaiah Robles.
First down, Cougars.
You know, he hasn't thrown the ball. Clovis hasn't thrown the ball a whole ton this year, 66 times in 4 games. But if I had a kid like Isaiah Robles and what he's shown tonight, I might want to put that thing up a couple more times.
Oh, he will. 1st and 10. This time he keeps it, moves something with his leg.
Oh, what a great move.
Ay. Heading to the corner, looking for the end zone. Can he get caught by Torgiani? Torgiani cannot. Touchdown, Clovis. So we're starting to see the 2019 arrival of Isaiah Robles with his arms, with his legs. And another thing he does, Rick, he handles the pace and the tempo of his offense so well. Nothing's too rushed. There's no delay of games. He's just got a nice tempo here. And to make it an 11-point game, here comes the PAT.
Well, he's a true double threat in every way. He can run, he can pass.
It's up, and it is no good. Wide left.
No good.
Okay, so Ronnie Rocha can't get that to go through. And with 1:05 to go in this first quarter, it is a 13-3 lead. Clovis really letting everybody know they are here. Maybe their fans aren't here. Not the typical Clovis crowd. They normally travel quite well, but I know there's some other sporting events going on there. A couple of big volleyball tournaments up in the valley. And you mentioned the Kern County Fair is here. But still, a really nice Liberty crowd, kind of as always here. There's always a nice Liberty crowd. They show all the time.
Yeah, they do. They get good support out here.
Number 11, Henderson. Number 23, Oliver.
I was flying in from Chicago late Wednesday night and come flying over the city. And when you've done it a million times, you know all the landmarks. And I look over and I see all these lights and bright lights and neon lights and all this. And I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, hello.
That's right.
Kern County Fair's here. Forgot about it.
It's that time of year.
Health food. Let's go. How about us three after this? Let's pack it up and head over there and get some tofu and some bean sprouts.
And some fried...
That's the best idea I've heard all day.
Fried chicken skins they got. I saw the 17 News this morning. They were doing a whole thing on all the fried food out there. Fried cheese, fried...
Tofu wrapped in chicken skins? What was that?
I want to get
fried chicken skins. That's
fried,
the big thing out there.
Can I get a fried? Okay, here we go. Now, at least they put it into an 8-iron, 25-yard line. Looking for a wall over here on the near side. Oliver looking. Oliver finally gets tripped up. Or does he? Oliver still on his feet to the 43-yard line. Boy, what a nice return out there.
If he could always get tripped up like that.
Yeah. Jason Oliver, the sophomore, 5'11". That bloodline football with his pop.
That's right.
His sister playing volleyball for the Patriots. Man, I got a lot to talk to you about tonight. We haven't talked in a long time. College football, a lot going on. These noon games. There's a lot happening tomorrow, boy.
Yes, USC, Utah right now going on.
Hey, you got...
When I left the house, it was 14-7 USC.
And you got Reggie Bush and Urban Meyer on the TV set tonight down there. That's not causing any buzz, is it? Ooh. Man keeps it. Well, he's talented, too, and he's got a nice game, too. This game could really end up being an early season classic if these offensive lines keep doing their job.
Man's a big kid. He's 6'2", 215, and
2nd and 5 for the Patriots.
Likes to carry the ball.
2nd and 5, under a half a minute now left in this first quarter. Man goes hard count. Nobody jumps. So Prentice is going to try to get loose here, but no dice, not happening.
Yeah.
And again, it's the big fella, Keno Williams. They say he's a junior here. And that is one big kid, and now all of a sudden they're trying to design plays away from him because he is a force. Ball's on the near hash, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. 13-3 the score. Clovis up on Liberty. Hope you're enjoying all of this. It's all on the Kern High Network. We'll be back right after this.
Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Kern Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you, so what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
It's summer sell down at Motor City GMC. The all-new GMC Sierra 4-door is under $30,000. We are professional grade and we're California's largest GMC dealer. Go to MotorCityGMC.com.
Kern Schools Federal Credit Union has been the local choice to meet your financial needs. And just because we're local, you can still take us wherever your travels or life may be. From online and digital banking to mobile check deposit, Kern Schools is always a tap away. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Start of the second quarter, 3rd and 4. Man tosses, and it's caught for, super close, super close.
Super close there.
I think he maybe had it by half a foot, and where they're putting the marker,
looks like he might have it.
That's a great spot, actually. It's exactly where I thought it was. Not that that makes it great, but I mean, I thought it, yeah, okay. First down.
First down.
Javier from the Kern High School District, School Support Services. Javier is here. Thank you for all your help tonight, Javi. Appreciate it. Man throws out here, look out, and it goes through the fingertips of Jake O'Connell. O'Connell should have had that. Might not have been a huge game, but still. Get those fingers working, Jake. Get those hands working. Just underway, second quarter. Vance Palm, Rick Van Horn, Kevin Willie. Javier's up here. When certain people show up, Rick, you know it's a big, it's a big event when certain cats roll in, and okay.
The big dogs are here.
Exactly. 2nd and 10. Hayden Mann takes a look. Clovis wants to bring 4. Flags fly. Whistles blow. Not sure what the call was, but.
They'll start. Number 11 on the offense. 5 yards. 2nd down.
Ramon Henderson can also sniff it. He wants to get. He had that coverage. He wants to get out of there.
I think they had a little single coverage on him there. He was getting a little itchy there.
Yeah, I was watching this thing on Michael Jordan with Michael, whoever guarded him. But when he knew he had a mouse in the house, and if that ball wasn't in his hand, he was get me the ball right now. And I think Ramon kind of had that mentality, like I got him, and he just got too excited out there. 2nd and 15. The score is 13-3. Liberty trails by 10 to Clovis. Man drops back. This time they bring 6 at him. They come at him, and
Pass incomplete.
that was weird. That was weird. It looked like it was going to Prentice Boone, but there was so many bodies around where it was supposed to go that I don't think Prentice really even had a shot to catch it. And by the way, Hayden Mann took a shot when he let go of that by a very, very excited Kobe Croft, number 33. And he's 6 foot, 200 pounds, and he was all over, man.
3rd and 15 for the
Clovis has impressed me so far. This is probably the biggest and most physical defense that Liberty has played so far. They've played Clovis West and Buchanan, but I can't see anybody being more physical up front than Clovis.
Man drops back, 4-man rush, has some room up there. Dooley decided to throw, makes a good move. Oh! Ball's on the ground. They got to get it. And that is Clovis.
I think Clovis has it.
Doggone it. A big lineman was standing right there, kind of right in the middle of the field. And man, of all things, just went right up into his lineman. And he had a ton of room out there.
He did.
He broke out of the pocket, had some time, had some space, and I thought he was going to fling it. But then at the last second, he decided to run, and the ball hit the side of his lineman's hip, and out it comes. With 11:25 to go in the first half, Clovis comes back out and says, thank you.
Our first turnover of the game.
Not the first fumble, but the first turnover.
That's right.
So 1st and 10, and new quarterback in for Clovis, and he goes right into the Wildcat. That's Nate Johnson, and he got thrown for a loss. I wouldn't say new quarterback. They just put Johnson.
Number 21, Christian Muniz, make the stop.
I'm trying to see where. Oh, here. Nope.
2nd and 13.
So Johnson's going to stay in as QB.
Oh, I'm trying to find
Where's
Robles.
I can't find him either.
I see him on the sideline over there. He's
Wow.
walking fine.
If they're that deep,
yeah,
for a kid that talented and that good, they're going to say, now we're going to go with somebody else here in the second quarter, and maybe that's what they do. But, oh, boy, what a run by Tristan Risley.
And we got a flag. Looks like it's going to be coming back.
Boy, strong run. So Nate Johnson's a sophomore, 6'1", 172. He comes in for the uber-talented Isaiah Robles. So now Clovis starting to let everybody know, hey, look, get ready. Here we come with two great quarterbacks. But fortunately for the Patriots, the ball's coming backwards. Haven't seen a signal yet, but I'm assuming a handsy type of call.
We have 3. Illegal shift. Death penalties decline. During the run, holding, number 14. Death penalty is declined. During the run, holding, number 77 on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay 2nd down.
Okay. 3 options to choose from.
Yeah.
Good position to be in. Best part about that is it simply negates a really nice long run by Kobe Croft, and now it's going to be 2nd and 20, or 18, I would say. And they give it right back to Croft, and this time he gets 3 or 4, but it'll be 3rd and long.
31,
Is that Risley?
Oh, Risley with the ball?
Risley, 31.
Tristan Risley, thank you. Yeah. Third and 15 exactly. We're going to dip below the 10-minute mark here, left in the half in just a few seconds. The ball is on their own 43-yard line.
And Risley's just a sophomore.
Boy, you look at this roster for both teams. A lot of talent ahead. And that, again, is taken by Risley. Gets up to the first down marker at
brought down by number 21, Christian Muniz.
the original line of scrimmage, I should say, at the 47-yard line. But it's 4th and long, and so Liberty's going to get a chance to put JoJo Montesinos back there. And we know the Patriots have it. They've got the firepower. They've got the skill. They've got the talent. But it's hasn't been able to just really break out yet, you know?
Yeah.
Man,
I think this next series you're going to see some Ramon Henderson get involved in this offense.
Johnson, the quarterback, will punt, and Montecito's expecting a 70-yarder. And he got a pretty long one. Montecito wants to run it, takes it at the 17-yard line, looking to get upfield, has some room, has some protection. Good block down there. Montecito needs to cut back upfield. If he does, he's got a touchdown. Can he get to the end zone? Will Johnson catch him? He does. Throws him down at the 13-yard line, but what a great run by JoJo Montesino. No flags anywhere. And
that's right. Good things happen when you catch a punt.
Didn't take long for the education of these return men to get it drilled into him after one punt. That second one, he says, no, I got it, coach. I got it. And bam. And it was basically, had to make a decision down here about the 20-yard line. I think JoJo thought he might make a beat on it, but Nate Johnson caught him. Either way.
I tell you what, Nate Johnson did a hell of a job there because he was being blocked by about 4 Patriots and then did a little center field turn and still caught him.
Okay, What will they do with it? Hayden Mann, 1st and 10 from the 13. He's got options. Clovis decides to bring 4. Prentice Boone gets up to the 10-yard line. Prentice has got that ability to get 2 or 3 more yards, and those are big yards.
Yeah.
Big yards, not just a yard here or there, but he picks up chunks of like 3 as he's going down. They say 2, 2nd and 8, ball's at the 10-yard line. The Patriots obviously can still pick up a first down inside.
Little different than we've seen the last couple of years with Sammy Stewart, who was more of a power back. Prentice is got a little power, but he got a lot of speed.
Sam Stewart, last year's All-Area Player of the Year, 3-year starter for the Liberty Patriots, and handed his jersey over to Prentice Boone. 2nd and 8. Boone cuts back up against the grain, but he's met
big
94. And he's thrown down there again by Keno Williams. No, we will not be giving Keno Williams the Kernheim Network Player of the Game T-shirt.
I don't think that one's going to fit him.
It wouldn't fit him anyway. Maybe his little brother is a 5th grader or something. Hey, here you go, kid. Wouldn't fit him, but we will hand out the Kernheim Network Player of the Game T-shirt tonight.
Big play right here. Liberty didn't want to settle for a field goal. They need a touchdown here to stay with Clovis.
You've got Henderson and Kraus out to the right side. Oliver over here to the left side, and in the slot, Harless. The quarterback, Hayden Mann, takes a look, throws across the middle. Oh! Had him, and he took a huge hit, and just for a brief second, he had Ben Sini right across the middle. They just didn't connect, so it will be another field goal attempt by Blevins and company. But one thing we can say, they got on the board quickly if they get this. If they get it, they got on quickly. There's some more time left in this half.
Yeah.
Number 37, Braden Blevins, to attempt a field goal.
Well, it looks like they're going to get something out of that long return. That's what you want. When you have a great play like that, you want to get something out of there.
25-yarder, and the sure-footed
Blevins.
Braden Blevins puts it through. Why don't we take a quick break here? We got a lot of time left here in this first half. 13-6. We'll be back. Kernheim Network, Clovis up.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile. And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Well, let's see if Blevins can make it 4 for 4, putting the ball in the end zone. He's put 3 in the end zone already.
14, Grant Lake back to receive the kick.
And there it goes. I think he's got another one.
And Blevins puts it in the end zone.
5 yards deep in the end zone.
13-6 the score. Vance Palm, Rick Van Horn, Kevin Woolley.
And Blevins is only a junior, isn't he?
Yep.
Man.
Last year he hit that big kick as a sophomore.
So the Cougars will start from their own spot.
Liberty's going to be restocked for these next couple years with Blevins and Oliver and Mann and Prentice all coming back. Of course, they lose Ramon Henderson.
$7:38 remains in this first half.
Isaiah Robles back in the game. He's got a man.
Looking deep, and it is broken up out there by Oliver. They both had a hand in it, but
pretty good coverage there by Oliver.
Second and 10. $13-6, 7:31 remains here in this first half. So we see Robles come back in after taking a series out, and he just launches it. Now Nate Johnson, the QB that was in for him for a few plays, trots right in front of him in motion. Strong left side. Run play. Shavira doesn't get much there. We're going to drop below 7 minutes here in just a minute.
Yeah, I don't understand Johnson coming in last series as at quarterback. You know, when you got Robles playing so well, but us not knowing much about Clovis, that might be their rotation.
3rd and 8, Rick. 3rd and 8. Ball on their own 22. Under 7 to go here. Robles drops back, flushed out of the pocket, and no flags, so all clean blocking so far. Now Robles trying to get away, but no, what a great play, and it's a big tackle by the big guy, Sloan Simpson, 6'2", 240.
Sloan Simpson.
I say Sloan. Big tackle, didn't give up on it, and I got to tell you, man, you're 6'2", 240, and you're running down a wiry 6 foot 160 speedster.
Yeah.
That is dedication. Great tackle.
Well, that's 2 3 and outs for the Liberty defense now in a row, so they're starting to get some urgency in their body before this halftime, being down 13-6.
Montesinos, who had a great return last punt. Liberty comes at it. Oh, now Montesinos get another chance. Takes it at the 45. Not a lot of room over here, and he says, I'm out of here. What'd you see?
Well, Liberty got away with a little clip there, but no harm, no foul.
JoJo ran out of, there was just nowhere to go, and he said, you know what? With 5:53 to go in this first half, we're trailing by 7. Let's get on the board here, fellas. You're watching the Kern High Network, live exclusive coverage of high school sports here in the Kern High School District. Tonight, it's football, and it's at Liberty, and they're hosting Clovis. We also have another game at Miramonte. Tom Myers, Kenny Calvin, Julian Wilson are with Miramonte hosting Kern Valley.
Mark Wyatt. Mark is a spry 50 years old tonight.
Oh, do you hear that?
Well, I don't think he's 50. I know that for a fact. Okay.
He's over there with all his cronies. They're laughing because they know that the announcer's off by 5 years at minimum.
Yeah. No, he's more than 5. Trust me.
Well, I'm being kind. How about this? Man goes up top. Look out. Bad throw, but a flag on the play. Bad throw, intercepted. Flag on the play. Don't know if that will have anything to do with it. Coach Hammond's already exacerbated, throwing his hands up in the air. Was it pass interference? I don't know. It's just a prognostication based on the fact that that ball was thrown right to Isaac Garcia with really no Liberty receiver around.
The play. Pass interference. Number 29 on the defense. 15 yards from the previous.
Moses Sands on the PI, and that certainly was a contributing factor.
Well, Clovis has shot themselves in the foot a couple times in some big plays. Turnover there, penalty. You had Risley's long run, called back.
By the way, I'm going to tell Mark Wyatt that I went with 55 and you were up in the ante and saying no dice.
I see him over there in the corner.
1st and 10, ball now on the Clovis 30, 5:45. Liberty trying to get into this end zone. They start with Prentice Boone, and that's a nice run. Good, strong run, low to the ground. And really impressive job of blocking out there right now. You've got Ethan Compton out there trying to lay some blocks. You've got Sloan Simpson out there. You've got Tyler Hughes out there, and Hughes is a great, great athlete. So nice job by that Liberty offense. 2nd and 3. The clock continues to grind. Ball at the 23-yard line. Man, keeps it on the ground. Boone. Oh, what a move by Prentice Boone. He gets through and gets the first down. He goes down about the 8-yard line. Prentice Boone with one step bought himself about 8 more yards.
Good hustle by number 4 for Clovis. I don't see him on the roster, do you?
No, and the PA announcer doesn't have it either. So now it's 1st and goal from the 9, Rick. Now they have 4 tries to get it in here.
They need more than a field goal here.
No question. Boone, they try to go with him again, and they do, and he gets up to about the 6-yard line, so they are grinding out these runs with Prentice Boone, 5'8", 173-pound junior, wears number 5. That's a number that's done very well at Liberty.
Second and goal, right around the 6-yard line.
I thought we'd see more Ramon Henderson this first half.
And
but
we may in the second for sure.
Yeah.
Aforementioned Henderson breaks way out to the right side. Hayden Mann has Boone on his right hip. Second and goal from the 6. They keep it on the ground. Boone grinds it down to the 3-yard line. So, you've got a real battle going on in the trenches right now. The offensive line, defensive line just going at it. And basically, the defense is like, okay, they're getting closer to pay dirt. They're getting closer to pay dirt. What's happening here? 3rd and goal from the 2. Under 4 minutes to go in this first half. Mann, quarterback, jogs back up to about the 10-yard line where the huddle is.
Clovis just subbed out a big guy and brought in a bigger guy. And they're
Big play.
They're pretty big up front.
They bring in Aiden Maryhughes, 6'3", 230. Mann takes the short snap. They go with a fake. They throw it across the middle.
Nice play.
And, woo, man, he tried to thread the needle. I mean, we're talking about trying to fit that through a super tight window. And now Coach Nixon, again, deciding to go for 3 with 3.5 to go here.
Well, that free safety, Isaac Garcia for Clovis, he picks that off. I think he's running for a while.
And Rick, it looked like he knew it was coming. Yeah, they were not fooled by the play action. So we will get the sure-footed Braden Blevins in for a chip shot, 20-yarder. The snap, the hold. Oh, it had it just for a quick second, didn't get it down. 3.5 to go. 13-9 the score. Rick, one of the early storylines of the season, and since you and I haven't called a game yet together, it seems like ancient news, but you being a driller, you knowing Mike Stewart, you knowing Paul Gola, that was, a really big story. The editor and news contributor for the Bakersfield Californian, Teddy Feinberg, we had our annual summer chat, and he was calling me. We spent about an hour on the phone just talking about things, and Teddy was asking me things, and I was going over a couple things, and I go, honestly, I really can't believe I'm going to bring this up because I told myself this year's chat, I'm not going to bring up coaching carousel. But then, boom, the football ground shaking move of Gola going to Garces and alumni Stewart coming in. What are you, after so much, matter of fact, maybe after so much time, it's good to get this thought from you now because so much time has passed.
Well, Gola did a good job. He had a 14-year run there, and they, with 5 section championships and had a good thing going. And
State championship
in that 2013. But, sometimes it's maybe there's a ceiling. He thought there was a ceiling at Bakersfield High and decided to move on and take care of his family. Financially, it's probably a better deal.
How about this? Kept inside the goal line and still on his feet, and the whistle finally blows. Then you got Michael Stewart that comes back to his home turf and talking about a driller, a renegade, a Fresno State Ram, a Fresno State Bulldog, an LA Ram, a Miami Dolphin, and that whole story there. And then you got Garcia starting to get some traction now. You got drillers with a big win last week. So now that's kind of shaken out and sifted and gotten down to the ground now, other stories will start to evolve here in the Kern High School district. And we talked about North High's got a nice little winning streak, and we'll kind of see as we get closer to league. Ooh, ball was bobbled in the hands of Robles, but man, how speedy is this young man? Bobbled the snap to begin with, but was able to grind out, I think, 7 yards out of that. Or no more, he got the first down.
Yeah, he got the first down. He can run. He's thin, but he can run. Program's got him listed at 160 pounds, but I think they're being nice there.
That's wet.
Yeah.
Whistles fly here. Hadn't been a lot of calls. It's been nice.
If we're picking a player of the game right now, You got to go with Blevins. He scored all 9 points.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's exactly what Coach Nixon wants to hear.
Yeah. We gave out the first game of the year. We gave the player of the game to the East High kicker who kicked the winning field goal with no time left against Golden Valley.
That I understand. That I certainly understand. 1st and 15. Tossed out to the far side, and about an 8-yard gain. They get it inside the original line of scrimmage now, so that'll bring up a 2nd and about 8. And if you're just getting to your laptop or your phone, it's 13-9. Clovis.
Had a lot of action from the kickers this year. We've had two kickers in the games that I was covering doing touchdown-saving kicks on a return.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Kevin. By the way, that's the voice of Kevin Willie, director, cameraman extraordinaire. Been doing this a long, long time. Robles is going to get out of trouble, and he's not now.
I thought he was going to get away there for a minute.
Well, play is stopped, and
but we've got a flag.
This is going to be frustrating if you're the Liberty coaches, if it's on Liberty, because the white hat was right on top of the play and didn't say a thing, didn't call a thing. Oh, okay. And then the line judge called false start. I was going to say if the line judge was calling that like a horse call or anything like that, that wasn't going to go over well. But it was a false start, and I believe it'll be declined. 2:27 left here in the first half.
Illegal formation.
Oh, illegal formation. Got it.
5 men in the backfield. That penalty is declined.
Okay.
Result of the play is 3rd down.
3rd and long. 2 1/4 left here in this first half. It's 13-9. As I was saying, if you just gotten to us, Liberty's kicked 3 field goals to get their 9. And Clovis, with 2 touchdowns and a missed PAT, brings it to this score of 13-9. It's been a really nice first half. We've seen a lot of talent on this football field. None more exciting than Isaiah Robles, the quarterback of Clovis High School. Then we've seen a lot of action from Hayden Mann, the quarterback from Liberty, and we've seen some long strikes, some really good running by Prentice Boone. So it shakes up for a really nice second half. We've got Rick Van Horn joining me, Kevin Willie. Our other game on Kern High Network is over at Miramonte. They're hosting Kern Valley. I want to thank Kern Schools Federal Credit Union for the relationship that they have with the Kern High School District and supporting all of our students. And we thank you so much for that. Of course, Motor City, they have been a huge, huge ally and friend of the Kern High School District. And, of course, thank you to Bakersfield College. And how about the Kern High School District itself, the school support services with the director, Stan Green, and his entire team. We'll get into that a little bit more later. We have our Achieve magazine here, and we're going to talk about that great magazine and what they bring to the table. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Love the great photography in that.
There you go.
Magazine. It just can't beat it. Here we go. It's 3rd and 17. Little bubble out here to the far side, and that's going to make it interesting. I don't know if they'll.
I think they're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah.
Give it back to Liberty one more time before half.
I don't know, Rick. I don't see it. Look at this. 4th and 5.
About 5 for Cougars.
They're going to try to hurry up and get it done quickly, or are they just going to try to get somebody to jump?
Maybe a long count here.
Yeah. I don't know. Look at this. Isaiah Robles saying they haven't scored a touchdown yet. Why not now? And now we're really getting the long count. So, Liberty, I believe, has forced now the punt team to come on out. And they did. 1:46 to go here. If you look at Liberty's schedule, a 24-0 win over Paso Robles, 21-13 win over Ridgeview, 17-7 win over Clovis West, and then 19-17 tough loss last week to Buchanan on a Thursday night game.
Yep.
And if you're Clovis, you beat Modesto 49-0. Beat Stockdale High School here in Bakersfield 41-14. They beat Salinas 52-28, but then they lose a tough one to Bullard. So 2 3-1 teams here, and right now Clovis has the edge 13-9. 1:46 to go in this first half.
Well, you know, the thing that stood out there when you're reading those scores, you know, Liberty offense has only put up 24 points. Their biggest output this year. And you look at Clovis there in the 49, 41, 52. They're putting points on the board there.
I'm looking at some big numbers. When I was reading, that's exactly what I was thinking. Well, they can strike. Okay, Montecito stands at his own 35. We've seen some nice returns by him already tonight. Liberty wants to come after it, and not the best punt. Might help out Liberty, and it goes backwards, sideways, everything. So Nate Johnson, their young, talented quarterback, and also their punter, that one wasn't the best, but not horrible.
And he's had a couple good punts tonight.
Yeah, by his standards, I would say it's not great.
That was we'd call a shank.
For those of you that are going to stay with us at halftime, appreciate that, because as always, Kevin Willey is going to bring you the Liberty Patriots marching band and color guard. Kevin will be hosting, will be directing, will be shooting, and I think barbecuing up on top at Stockdale High School. Kevin, that date again, put your mic on, big boy.
That'll be the 12th of November.
12th of November, the big Stockdale Marching Band competition. What's the official name of that competition?
The Stockdale Band Spectacular.
There you go. And it is exactly that. We're looking to get some special guests to be involved in that live streaming.
Pretty sure I got that special guest.
Oh, nice. I'm glad. Don't tell me he's going to ask me for any money. I'm not paying that cat. 1st and 10. Ball inside Clovis territory. They want to go long. He lobs it up there. It's going to be a dodge, and it is pass interference. Ramon Henderson is who you've been talking about, and they hadn't been going to him much, but they did this one.
Just a little screen and go there. He kind of comes out and gives the illusion he's going to block, and they take it. He goes deep, and that was actually a pretty good play there by Clovis, because Henderson was going to catch that.
He was trying to dodge the defender and get away from him because he could see how high it was, and it was so high that the defender really did have a chance to come back and make a play on it. So either way, though, smart choice of a play there. 1st down, throw it up high, let your athlete try to go get it, and they did get exactly what they wanted out of it, which was a gain. They gained yards.
Yeah. These Clovis safeties haven't learned yet. You know, Henderson's a 10-5, 100-meter. I think he was 1st or 2nd last year in the Valley Finals in track.
Man, a run all the way, puts it in his left hand, should get out of bounds. Hopefully he does get out of bounds, and he does at about the 20-yard line. And that's going to be a 1st down, another 1st down, so 2 first downs in a row.
First down.
Big play. Minute 18 left here in this first half. Man has all his superstars out to the right side and another one to the left in Oliver. 1st and 10, ball at the Clovis 20-yard line. Man takes the snap, stays in the air, fires one, and it is incomplete. Really not a spectacular route.
No, and you know, he's a raw passer right now, but he's got some talent. Man at quarterback, young kid, didn't get a start last year because of behind a senior last year. So
the ball was intended for Damian Harless, but it wasn't really anything of significance.
No.
2nd and 10. Man sends everybody to the right side. So he rolls that way, picks up a nice block, has time, patience, and just throws that away. And he had a ton of real estate, but maybe he just didn't want to. I don't know what that was. They've got timeouts as well, too. So he just decided to toss it away. So now all of a sudden with 1:10, it's 3rd and 10. And if you're the Patriots, you've had a ton of opportunities, and a bit of a shoulder shrug there from Coach Nixon. Looks over at Man and coaching staff there as well. And they're probably just thinking, hey, let's let this time run out. We might take a timeout here and talk about it. No, Madden goes back into the huddle. Ball's right here on the near hash, right in front of us at the 20. 70 seconds left here in this first half. 3rd and 10.
Might see that sprint draw to Prentice, or even just.
And now Coach Nixon is asking for a bit of a sense of urgency from his team, and they didn't get it, so he called a timeout. The play just was not unfolding, and the back judge was back there starting the count, and the timing wasn't working out. Didn't feel right, so Coach Nixon said, nope, timeout.
Smile success story brought to you by Dr. Krause and Bakersfield Smile Design.
I don't think you can ever find a picture of me prior to.
Rick, Bakersfield College, 0-2. First game was the debut of the new playing surface up at Bakersfield College. Also, the night of 50-plus mile-an-hour winds, dust storm. Mount Sac delivered another tough blow to the beginning of the season there. So that was kind of a wash, and it was over with. Last week, Kenny Calvin and I were down in El Camino, and my partner Kenny Calvin getting pretty fired up with those officials. I had to calm him down. He was getting fired up, but the Renegades had their opportunities, but a couple of big plays by El Camino and a couple of things got away from the Renegades. And on the last-second kick, a last-second long kick, the Renegades lost another tough one. But tomorrow night down in Santa Monica, they will take on Corsairs, and that'll be a nice one.
Yeah, I saw the first game, Mount Sac game, and they were kind of outmatched that game from start to finish.
Toss high up into the corner. It's thrown high up, and another flag. So with 1:04 to go in the half, two DBs back there working over Ben Sini. So Sini draws a crowd, and
that was just an uncalled for pass interference by Clovis there.
Yeah, two guys all over him. It's going to be a very difficult reception if he makes it.
Yeah. And right now they may give him a first down.
Number 1 on the deep.
Michael.
Yardage will result in a first down.
Michael Greco is the culprit. 61 seconds left.
And that's a Patriot first down.
And now
that one may come back and haunt him.
Yeah,
especially if Liberty scores
on a 3rd and 10, Rick. Now it's 1st and 10. And what you so aptly described as a really, really tough play to make. And it would have been 4th and 10. Now all of a sudden it's 1st and 10. Minute 1. And it's 1st and goal. Man. Looks like 3 or 4 coming at him. And there's that misdirection play. Little draw, and Boone still on his feet and gets it up to about the 7-yard line. And Liberty does have one timeout left. Coach Nixon's not about to burn it just yet, but he does want a little bit of a quicker pace up there. 47, 46, 45. And they bring on Jake O'Connell in for Oliver. Man, quick snap. They're coming at him, and I think that may be offsides. I mean, it may be encroachment. Honestly, it looked like he crossed the line before the snap was made. And by the way, had man waited one more second, it absolutely would have been encroachment. But based on body English, I just can't make the call yet, Rick. Well, I see some clapping by Liberty. Uh-oh. How about this? I think it might have been encroachment. But the white hat's going to come talk to the line judge real quick for either some affirmation or.
And we don't have the luxury of replay, but it looked like both teams were moving around a little bit.
There is no foul for encroachment. The defense.
Ooh, boy, I'd like his mic to stay on for that last second of explanation.
I saw Coach Hammond on the Clovis sideline. He wasn't happy.
So it's great work by the officials. Always like to see that corroboration with each other, collaboration, if you will. So 3 break out to the right side, and over here to the left side, it's Dylan Tooker. 2nd and goal from the 7. Man's going to try to get it himself. He's going to get it. Touchdown, Patriots. That's a really great play call. Just an awesome play call.
Yeah.
And now these young guys in front of us, they've been waiting. They've been waiting 2 full quarters to take that Liberty flag. And you talk about some antsy young freshmen down here. These guys have been waiting for this thing to happen for the entire first half. They finally did it, and boy, that's great. Now, who knows what's happening under that flag? But they did it. Great job. Touchdown, Liberty. PAT good, and with 24 seconds to go in the first half, the persistence of the Patriots pays off, and they get the touchdown they've been looking for. 16-13 here. 16-13 here, with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-13 here with under a half a minute to go. 16-
Big score by Liberty right before half. They're going to get the ball the second half to open up the second half. So, the best thing you can do is get a 2-for-1. They score here and turn around and take the opening drive in that third quarter and maybe put this game out of hand.
Boy, settle down. Settle down.
But
we've got our Clovis fans watching this and on the Kern High Network saying.
We're talking about the offense that Clovis has put up in the last 4 games, 51, 52, 41, 49.
As a homer, I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
So I don't think Clovis is done.
KC and I got worked in the media for being homers at that BC call the other night. But then again, my partner was ready to call Sports Center. He was ready to call Dan Patrick. He's ready to call Jim Rome. We want to talk to anybody that night. Blevins kept this one in last time. Again, opportunity for a return. Sains brought down at the 12-yard line. Nice job by the Patriot kickoff team, doing a really good job. Boy, the special teams for the Patriots just looking as sharp as ever.
Nice job. There was that 29. Can't tell.
There's a marker down on the field with 16 seconds to go. And it might have just dropped it. I don't think there's actually a call. He tucked that back in pretty quickly. Yeah, there's no penalty.
16 seconds left. You got Liberty kind of a prevent defense. Might want to just take a knee here, Clovis, but I think you might see Robles pack it himself.
He's got Johnson over there. He wants it. Robles fires it out there, and it's dropped. 10 seconds to go here. Well, that could have been a dangerous ricochet there. Oof.
Any kind of turnover by Clovis here, with Blevins as the weapon, once you cross the 40-yard line, he becomes a weapon.
Okay, 2nd and 10. 10 seconds remain here in this first half. 16-13, Liberty up by 3. It's been a really nice first half. They keep it on the ground this time, and that's going to do it for the first half. Can't imagine there be any reason why these 4 seconds won't tick off, and they do. 16-13, Liberty up at the end of the first half. Thank you to Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Motor City, and Bakersfield College for bringing us the first half. They'll bring us the second half. For Rick Van Horn, I'm Vance Palm. We'll step off for a while. Kevin Willey's going to bring you halftime band and color guard action.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile. And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Go Dylan!
So let us ask ourselves, what kind of people do we think we are? And let us answer, free people, worthy of freedom, and determined not only to remain so, but to help others gain their freedom as well.
All in all, it was just a brick in the wall.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
All in all, it was all just bricks in the wall.
Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
We will rally the world to this cause by our efforts, by our courage. We will not tire, we will not falter, and we will not fail.
Let us be shy no longer. Let us go to our strength. Let us tell the world that a new age is not only possible, but probable. Let us offer hope.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Well, we're learning a lot, and especially with just the basic knowledge of what you would need for an entry-level job.
All the basic skills to be a medical assistant in a doctor's office or a clinic.
You're leaning on it, and that'll make a difference.
And then they also do on-the-job training, and they work in doctor's offices or clinics throughout Kern County. The kids are job ready, and many of them are employed before the end of the school year. They're promised a job, as well as they continue their education. We have many registered nurses out there and even physicians.
I'm thinking I want to be an anesthesiologist. So a lot of school, but it'll be worth it in the end.
A lot of more hands-on activities, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well,
It's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses. Having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
We're in manufacturing engineering. We design parts, 3D parts, 2D parts, we create assemblies.
It's helping me get training in all of this stuff, like the computer programs that we have here, the machines that we have here. We learn a lot of math in here, mostly geometry and fractions, because I love math. That's why I'm in this class.
Mr. Lemmy, he's a great instructor.
So the problem is this piece itself.
He really goes hands-on with us. He helps us as much as we can. We've learned a lot from him.
Right now we're supplying students that are skilled in the safety, the basic operation of machine work, and then they also leave with some soft skills. They understand they have to be on time. They understand that they have to get up and talk to people. Most of them are walking out of here with a solid foundation in the entry level of a trade.
They can have a job anywhere they go because they have a basic understanding of what it's going to take to put products out that people are going to use.
Hopefully this is a good career for me. You know, end up doing something good, have a good life, and make some money.
In animal care, the students learn a variety of things, whether it's tools or terms. In the veterinary field, they learn about the skeletal systems, the animal nutrition, the housing, how to properly care for them. They also have the opportunity in the spring to actually go work at a veterinary hospital or at an animal shelter or a grooming salon. Animal restraint, weight and temperature, pulse, respiration, all of that I learned here. They take a state certified test, and if they pass, they become a certified vet assistant right out of high school.
It's always hands-on, and so I think that's what really helps us is that we're not just getting it from a textbook, we're actually doing these things, and we're actually practicing these things that we'll be doing in our future careers.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit.
After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. It's start of the third quarter. Liberty up 16-13. Thank you, Kevin, for working through the break, man. Appreciate that, buddy. Clovis will kick off, and it's not a long kick, taken at the 24 yards. And Montecito tripped up at the 24, 27-yard line. Nice play out there. So, Rick, some of our halftime chatter that we just talked between you and I, and nice first half.
Nice first half. Tough first half. Very physical first half. One of the better games I've done this year to this point. Saw one turnover. Numerous penalties, though. Week 5, and that'll kind of irritate the coaches week 5, making the same mistakes they did week 1. So,
first and 10, man. Has Prentice Boone back there with him, and they start on the ground to Boone.
One of the things we talked about was Ramon Henderson not really being involved in this first half. You know, I don't think he's touched the ball either on a run or a catch. So I think Coach Nixon's got to get him involved in the second half. A
lot of room, and he's going to keep it. Oh, the defense is just running the other way. They're not looking back, and he picks up a ton of yards to the 50-yard line. We had DBs running all the way down the field. They had no idea that the quarterback was just jogging right up behind them.
I thought he might see Ramon Henderson running free down the seam there, but he didn't.
One of the discussion points that you and I were having and our scribe to our left was about the aforementioned Ramon Henderson has not had the impact on the game yet, and it's a big yet, that we would come to expect from one of the fastest sprinters in the Valley and someone who's so very, very dangerous. But you figure they don't go to him. They don't go in his world on defense. They don't throw to him.
They don't throw to his side.
And they've got their fastest guy on defense on him, and that is number 24. That's Isaac Acetuno, very quick DB. So on a matchup of super speed, first and 10, 49-yard line. Boone. Nothing doing there.
Well, the one thing we can be sure of is tomorrow, Prentice Boone's going to be a little sore. Because I tell you what, old Williams, number 94 for Clovis, has been in his back pocket all night.
Second and 9, 10.5 to go. Third quarter, we're just underway in the second half. Man throws across the middle, and it is caught. It's a great pass, great catch by Damian Harless. So Harless gets it, And to add salt to the wound, their fastest DB's got to go off for a second. His lid popped off.
Well, I tell you what, we haven't seen a completed pass in a while by the Liberty Patriots. That's the first in a while.
Boy, and it came at a great time for Liberty. Strike while it's hot after a long run by Man. They quickly... Another toss-out hit, Apprentice. Nice tackle out there. Really good play. Nice coverage and a good tackle by Dylan Mason.
You know, the one thing I'd like to see Liberty do is put Ramon on over here by himself on that single receiver side. Force Clovis to double him. That takes one less guy out of the box there. So we haven't seen that yet.
Still 2nd and 10. Look at this. There it is. Touchdown, Nathan Krause. And here comes the Patriot flag right down in front of us. That was a strike right on the numbers. And obviously the coaching staff and the Patriots able to find a couple of other options to make decisions on, and that was just perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Nice throw by Man there. 3 for 3 on that drive, I think.
You're right.
Blevins out to attempt the point after.
Blevins. Oh, it hits the upright. Can you believe it?
Blevins' kick is no good.
Of all things, Braden Blevins pushes one off the goalpost, and that's a rarity. But guess what? He's got to go get his kickoff tee, so not a long time to really think about things. So 22-13 with 9:15 to go here in the third quarter. My partner Rick was prognosticating that possibly they'd come out and get the ball in the second half and start things and get going. It'd be over. Well, I was giving you a hard time, and you might be right on it.
They got a 2-for-1, scored right before the half, and now come out in this third quarter and put that first drive in the end zone. Great job by the Patriots.
Pleasure to have everybody with us tonight. I'm Vance Palm. We've got Rick Van Horn and Kevin Woolley here, and I think I did such a thorough, clean job of my briefcase that I took out something I needed that had every schedule of every team for the whole season. I wanted to go over that.
Sands takes the kick.
Sands looking for room and does a lot of work. Gets to the 20-yard line. So
Jason Shores.
Here comes Clovis, their first opportunity here in the third quarter. We've seen a couple of quarterbacks for him. And the first one that we experienced was Isaiah Robles. Did a really, really nice job. And then they did come back with Nate Johnson. But Robles is the playmaker, and he's been exciting all season long. And tonight, no different. You're looking at 49, 41, 52. A lot of points, 3 in a row before Bullard slowed him down.
Well, the one thing we've seen this game is the quarterbacks using their feet to move the ball.
Number 31, your ball carrier.
And this is Tristan Risley.
Tristan Risley.
We're saying Risley, he's saying Risley.
Risley.
Second 3. Number 21, Christian Muniz makes the tackle.
Got a flag again. 2 flags. The one thing we're not seeing is Clovis offense throwing the ball Ramon Henderson's way.
Flag on the play.
Early in that first half, we saw him picking on the sophomore, number 23, Jason Oliver Jr.
3 on the offense. Those penalties will offset.
Replay second down.
Nice festive experience at Liberty High School. Always packed crowd, no different tonight.
Got an update from Porterville. East High 20, Menanche 14, third quarter. Miramonte 20, Kern Valley 7.
Miramonte, 2nd and 3. Risley.
Boy.
Uh-oh. To the 40, to the 30. Will they get him? They do not. Touchdown, Clovis, and a flag on the play.
Wow.
What a bolt. And Tristan Risley.
Sophomore.
Tristan
Risley.
Looks like this might come back. And much to the chagrin of the Clovis crowd, the Boo Birds are out over there. Oh, it's face mask on Liberty declined.
Wow.
Well, the Clovis players all came walking back.
Well, they're
and
so used to it,
and the Boo Birds were out. So when the white hat said face mask Liberty, you got the reaction out of me that you got out of the Clovis crowd.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, touchdown, Cougars. As my buddy Mike Duncan would say, well, that's a horse of a different color. It's about to be 22-20 if this goes through right now. PAT's up and it's through. 8:23 to go here in this third quarter, and Clovis comes answering right back on a play that really, on a type of play that really, I think, just, if nothing else, kind of caught Liberty off guard. I mean, they're up by 7, so they're thinking maybe they're going to go to the air, and they didn't. They just went right through the gap and said, here we come.
No, they're both teams just keeping the ball on the ground. Of course, with the size line both teams have, that's not a bad idea.
Rick, how you been going? How's your year going?
Good, real good. Can't complain. Watching a lot of good football Friday nights.
Calling a lot of football.
Got some teams over there on the east side. You got that SEYL. You got Highland, I think, is at 3-1. You got East High at 3-1. You got North High at 3-1.
Number 8, Montesinos.
You got a Foothill team. That's won 2 in a row.
So glad to see that. So glad to see that. I was driving by their campus recently and saw them out at practice, and it looked festive. It looked with a lot of kids out there. The show up is good.
Coach has got a good talent. They got 4 strong running backs. They're running that double wing, so that's unusual. It's tough to get ready for other teams.
Kickoff. Ball taken by Montesinos at the 10-yard line. He's looking for the wall, looking for the room. Montesinos, flags everywhere. Flags all over the place.
Gets out to about the 40-yard line.
Tackled by at the 39-yard line, but there are flags. The Bermuda Triangle of flags are everywhere.
During a return, personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 11 on the return team, half the distance.
Well, we're bringing up his name now, but
yeah,
not in the way that anybody wants. The Boos are out. Ramon Henderson called for a blindside.
Not the way we expected to call his name in the second half, but Liberty's got to find a way to get him the ball. Just plain and simple.
Okay, 1st and 10. Man fires one out, and it is caught.
Wow.
Oh, goodness. The focus, concentration of Damian Harless. I think everybody at this football field projected it. He was about to get popped, and he knew it. He could feel it, but he hung on to it. And what a tight window that man got that through. And all of a sudden, here come the Patriots again, right back like a boxing match, blow for blow. And, oh, my gosh, are you kidding me? Krause again. Will he get in? Rick, we go from a first-half slugfest to now of the heavyweights. Now all of a sudden it looks like lightweights just going back and forth.
Back and forth.
6-point jabs. Wow. Coaching staff from Liberty's found something.
To attempt the point after.
Well, when you got a great receiver like Henderson, you got to be. He accounts for 2 guys. So that's got to leave somebody with single coverage or even no coverage many times.
Blevins not feeling good about that earlier miss. He kicked that one almost out to Hageman. He was not happy. So all of a sudden now it's back up to a 9-point lead, 7:50 to go here in the third.
Well, we'll see if Clovis can answer back.
Getting close to
both teams open up league next week.
Yeah, I was just about to say, getting close to league. You took the words right out of my mouth, but I was trying to check some scores.
Clovis has Clovis East, who's much improved, and Liberty has Centennial in that first WYL league game.
Volleyball league starts. Kernheim Network deeply involved in all fall sports that they can have the technical abilities to bring you, and volleyball is one of them. League play starts next Tuesday as well in volleyball. It'll be a very interesting year in volleyball. Liberty's big powerhouse, but a lot of strong teams in that SWIL. We'll try to bring as many of those as we can. For some reason, I'm now being tabbed as the PA announcer for home BHS volleyball, so I'll be off the market for any V-ball. I'll try to keep my wits about me, calling my daughter's final last league games. Here we go. Blevins puts this one deep, and that's good because the way this has been zigzagging like a tennis match the last couple of possessions, at least the defense will get a chance to start from a 1st and 10 at the 25 or 20. 7:50 left in the third quarter. Now let's see what.
Clovis didn't panic that last series. They came out and they still ran the ball. So I got a feeling they feel they got plenty of time. You're going to see a lot of Risley here. And there he goes.
Yeah, I mean, if the Liberty coaching staff has found something in the air that they like, then the Clovis coaching staff has found what they like on the ground.
31 Rising picks up about 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8.
Well, you got those big hogs up front for Clovis, and they've been doing a good job opening some holes for Risley.
Robles goes up top. An official again. That guy, that's the second time now.
Intended for number 14, late.
He's having a tough night.
And I'm wondering if that's Moses. I don't want to start giving out names because that might not be him. I'm going to get in trouble. But
either way, I think Coach Jason Oliver's got to spend some time on that guy's back pedal.
Well, now he's bent over now. So the referee, in ref school, do they teach you the back pedal? Do you go through the back pedal courses? Because now it looks like he might be just a bit banged up now. I think he's going to back it up further so he doesn't have to run back so far on a 3rd and 8. They've got another shot at it. This time it's Johnson. And Johnson drops the long bomb And I'll tell you what, Johnson he knows it too. He's upset. That was a dime dropped right in the fingertips of Nate Johnson. Isaiah Robles has just got a beautiful arm.
God. He had a step on O'Connell there, and I thought
brings up 4th down for the Cougars.
I thought the ball was overthrown. That Johnson did a good job just running under it. Yeah.
4th and 8. Clovis has to punt. Liberty holds. Johnson's punt. Not bad. 45-yard line.
You got to remember, he's the one that just ran 45 yards on that long pass and turn around, has to hustle back and punt.
Your thoughts on the NFL so far? 2 games in, 3 for a few teams.
Looks like it's a one-team league. New England Patriots
said goodbye to their newsmaker today.
Yeah, they did.
And I don't know if that'll be a blip on their screen, really.
I don't think it'll affect Tom at all.
California teams yet to be determined, really, how they're going to really pan out. We'll see. 1st and 10. Ball is at their own 48-yard line. Mann has been touchdown happy. Now he floats one out to this side, and that's a beauty. Oh, what a catch! What an absolute catch. And you talk about a night of exciting plays. Prentice Boone just made one of the biggest of the night right there. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
They ran him out of the backfield the last couple times. Haven't hit him, and they finally came back to him.
What a pass, but
not so much
even
the pass.
More,
it was even better catch.
Even
like
more,
you said.
it was a great catch. And there's movement by the left guard there. And I think Sloan Simpson saying I was drawn off, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get called for it.
54 offense, 5 yards. We're back first.
Make it 1st and 15, 6.5. Once again, everybody, hope you're enjoying our live exclusive coverage of the Kern High School District's High School Game of the Week. We're at Liberty High School. They are hosting Clovis, and it's been a fantastic football game. Boone gets wrapped up at about the 30 on a 1st and 15. Not much happening there.
Thomas Brown makes the stop for the Cougars. No gain on the play.
And now you've got Coach Nixon with a 9-point lead, just trying to kind of not slow it down, but they're in no hurry. They're not rushing up trying to snap quickly. Comfortable position in the field, but it is 2nd and 15. Mann has 3 receivers way out to his right side. They give it to Boone again. He stops, try to cut back up again, and
Big Williams again, number 94 for Clovis. He's got to have some colleges looking at him.
Who's that?
Big Williams for Clovis, 94.
Oh, I would imagine he's a junior. 6'4", 270.
Yeah.
And he's been a menace. Lost a couple yards. 3rd and 17, so Coach Nixon doesn't want to go into any kind of a stall here. He wants to keep the progress moving forward, but
just got to move the ball inside Blevin's zone there. They need about another 10 yards.
Harless in motion, low snap. Man goes down to get it, throws it to the far corner, lobs it up there, throws it up there, and no flag. Nice defense. Good job out there by Michael Greco, and that's going to make it a 4th and 17. And
had Henderson open down the middle on a post. He decided to throw it on outside to Kraus.
So here's a 4th and 17 at the Clovis 32-yard line.
Well, you're in that no man's land now. You're just out of Blevins' range, but might as well take a chance and not punt it.
Well, I thought they'd give Blevins a shot. 4th and 17. Strong right side of the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers over there. Taking their time making this decision.
They may be calling timeout here.
I think so. They're just looking over and ultimately.
Well, we've seen in these situations, the last 2 series, we've seen Kraus on the underneath slant route. You know, Henderson clears everybody out, and they bring Kraus right under and score 2 touchdowns on that.
5 yards. 4th down.
So now they're going to probably try some sort of a pooch kick or something along those lines. A lot of different names for it, but really it's just a short little boot. We're under 5 minutes to go in this third quarter, 29-20. There was a burst of scoring by Clovis early. 3 field goals by by Liberty, and then boom, they just started racking up points quickly. Now all of a sudden we're just shy of 50 total points. Perfect deep snap. And look at this. What a beauty. What a beauty. This might be really, really nice. And it is. How about that? Down to the 6-yard line. Really good job. And congratulations. That's a really nice punt. And the punter on that was Brady Torgiani.
He's also the backup quarterback that got to start last week, I believe, in place of Mr. Mann.
Kevin, how many, rough number, average, how many schools will be represented in total at the Stockdale competition?
Well, I don't know. How many schools do we have these days? How many high schools do we have?
So it's the current high school district only exclusively?
No, there'll be probably 1 or 2 from the north.
Oh, so you're looking at like 20 schools possibly. Nice. Very good.
Delano schools usually come down for that.
Well, it's going to be nice. And we'll have that out there. We'll start to advertise that pretty strongly. Oh, dangerous play at the line of scrimmage. I don't know if it's a safety because he was outside of it.
I think he got out just by the skin of his teeth there. Julius Grant.
Yeah.
He got lucky there.
Kevin, we're gonna have that. That's gonna be a highly publicized event on the Curtin High Network in November, and looking forward to that. That's going to be, talk about some viewership. Those things hit some big numbers. 2nd and 15 from the 1-yard line, and they're going to try to get some breathing room. They don't get much at all. So right now, Clovis, boy, they strike out of nowhere. Long touchdown run by Risley, but then the Patriots come right back and hit again, and now you find Clovis
has had their shots, their chances, you know. They've just step off here, penalty there.
Yep, you're right, Rick. You're right, Rick. Robles in the backfield. Goes for the double hitch, but the receiver, Grant Lake, turned inside instead of outside, so that was a quick, unimpressive 3 there.
It's a big stop for Liberty defense there.
Now you've got Montecito's going to be standing inside his, easily within the 50. He's standing right below us at the 44-yard line.
Number 8, Jojo Montecito, off to receive.
Officially 4th and 13. Liberty could come after it. They don't because they want to see if Montecito's can do something. He's got an opportunity if he catches it. Does at the 45, right below us. Can he get some space, get some room? He cuts back up against the grain. Flags everywhere again. We have seen some flags on special teams tonight. That seems to be the one place where the yellow has been flying, and that's on punt returns. I think the majority of our flags have been on punt returns, those long spread out plays.
And what we thought was going to be great field position for Liberty is now taking it back to the.
Illegal block in the back. Number 22 on the return team. 10 yards to the spot of the foul.
Wow. We thought they were going to get the ball inside the 50, but now they're on their own 49.
So now, instead of what we thought was going to be supreme field position, as Rick just mentioned, now they're on the other side of the halfway mark. First and 10, man. Throws one out here. Another fantastic catch by Harless. His hands are amazing, Rick. He takes on some big hits. I mean, you're talking about Harless, who is 5'11", 160, and he's roaming out there in no man's land against Byron Fontaine, a huge linebacker, number 44. He's got to be at least 5'11", 230. He's a big, big, big dude. Harless is like, hey, you keep throwing it up, and I'll keep taking it. By the way, Rick, that big wafting layer of smoke is from the tri-tip area.
I see where you're going.
No, thanks. I appreciate it. You used to be
my guy Wyatt Wong. He didn't come up.
He reffed our volleyball game last night. Love it. Look at this. Oh yeah, what a great toss. What a great toss. And of course, Prentice Boone's going to haul that in, but that's all Hayden Mann right there. He rolled off to his right, and he just kind of flicked it right over the shoulder of the defender. That's a great pass.
2 big catches so far for Prentice.
Low snap, so Boone says, I'll take it, and he picked up 6 yards, made something out of nothing. Nice play. Under 2 to go in third quarter, 2nd and 5. 29-20, Liberty leads by 9. And it's been a really, really good football game. Fun to watch, fun to call. My buddy Rick Van Horn and I, Kevin Willie, always with me. I get to do my games with Kevin, and that's a plus. Man, on a 2nd and 5, takes another low snap, 2 in a row, fires Wilson out to the far side, and it's caught out there. And that's Krause with the catch and the first down. So a couple of shaky snaps, but doesn't bother man. Ooh, big hit at the end of that play. Ooh.
First down.
Krause having a big night tonight. I tell you what, when you got to go back to this Henderson, you know, he's drawing so much attention. It just opens up for Harless, Krause, and Prentice out of the backfield.
Some members of the Froshaw football team below us all night. They are the flag crew, the big, huge stands wide fly. They have to get ready to do this, and I think they've had more sugar than kids at the Willy Wonka factory. Oh, dangerous pass, almost picked off, almost intercepted, and that would have been costly. And right there, Moses Sains almost picked it off, and he's one of their receivers and their return men, so he has the hands to do it, but whoo.
Intended for Jason Oliver. Good coverage by Sains, like you said.
2nd and 10 for the Cougars.
Second and 10. Ball's at the 12-yard line. Looks like Clovis is bringing a lot, and they do. Man rolls, throws, has a man open, and it's Harless. Does he get in? They do. It's a touchdown, and that is Damian Harless. And how apropos He's put a lot of work in tonight, and on that drive specifically. I'm laughing at these freshman flag crew guys. These guys are a piece of work, man.
37 for Aiden Blevins after the point after. Number 4.
Blevins for the PAT to make it a 16-point game. So Liberty really taking care of business here in the third quarter. They have struck early and often here in the third quarter.
Patriots 36, Cougars 20.
What's up? You guys are slacking, man. It looked good the first 4 times. What happened there? It got tied up right here, boys. Hey, you're doing a good job. You need to, exactly, you got to pull your squad up here. The flag crew up here doing a good job. This is a huge, massive flag that covers an entire section of the football stands, and right below Rick and Kevin and I, these young guys have been patient. They're from the freshman football team, and you know they've been ordered to be up here by their coaching staff, and they have been a lot of fun right below us. That time, things got a bit tangled up, kind of like the infield crew that runs out and gets swallowed up by the – Hey, let's talk baseball for a minute.
Okay.
The A's, the Dodgers, what?
Yankees?
Well, my 2 squads are Dodgers, Yankees, so if they end up being in there, I'm good with that.
Minnesota?
The Twins, how about that?
God.
How about that? I thought I was going to get to go to Wrigley the other night, and business just kept me from getting to the ballpark. But that was there. Cubs are hanging in there with the Cardinals.
Yeah, long ball city this year. The Twins and the Yankees just can't keep it inside the park.
Blevins decides on whether he wants to keep it in the football field or not. This time is going to be short. Taken at the 6-yard line. Looks like they're going to try to build the wall right over here on the near side, right by us. Nice job. Good job by Liberty. 15-yard line. So 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. And we've got us a fantastic football game here tonight. 36-20, the Liberty Patriots. Rick, if this holds and the Patriots get out of here with a nice win tonight, the rest of the SWIL, as if they aren't already paying attention to Liberty, but if they can come out here with a nice big victory over Clovis as they go into league play, obviously it's cause for, some consternation by these other coaching staffs.
That's
Robles, play action, fires, caught and connected out there. Caught by Grant Lake.
Down by number 7, Hunter Thorpe.
Well, Liberty was the preseason favorite coming in. We didn't know what you were going to get. Garcia's, of course, jumps out 0-3. Centennial is stronger, but then they turn around and lose to Rigetti 66-6. Stockdale's up, despite they lost their best player. And Bakersfield High is we don't know yet.
Yeah, not
how
exactly
strong
sure
they are.
exactly, what the tea leaves are telling us with regards to BHS. Saw some really bright spots the other night. Saw some mental errors late in that game. There was like 3 minutes left in the game, and it lasted about 35 minutes, and they looked like they just didn't want to put it away. But then a couple of big plays put it that way. So that'll do it for the third quarter. 36-20 when we come back. Fourth quarter action. Nice football game here tonight on Kern High Network at Liberty. Back right after this.
Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Kern Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you, so what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
It's summer sell down at Motor City GMC. The all-new GMC Sierra 4-door is under $30,000. We are professional grade and we're California's largest GMC dealer. Go to MotorCityGMC.com.
Current Schools Federal Credit Union has been the local choice to meet your financial needs. And just because we're local, you can still take us wherever your travels or life may be. From online and digital banking to mobile check deposit, Current Schools is always a tap away. Current Schools. Together, we have something special.
Okay, fourth quarter action. Vance Palm, Rick Van Horn, Kevin Willie. We will be handing out the Kern High Network Player of the Game t-shirt. Kevin has 33%. I have 33%. Rick Van Horn has 34%.
Oh.
So, but this one's still wide open. How about this on a 2nd and 3? Robles fires across the middle. Fires his, oh my gosh, finds his guy. And he's still on his feet. Down to the 9-yard line. It's Grant Lake. An absolute bullet. The ball was, the line of scrimmage was the 40-yard line. And they get it down to the 8-yard line. Bam! I'm sitting here talking about player of the game, and I was trying to get it out of my mouth that this game's not over yet. And before I could finish the sentence, Isaiah Robles said, "You're right about that, Mr. Announcer. It's not over yet."
What a nice ball by Isaiah Robles.
First and goal from the 8. Now Robles hands off. No, he doesn't. Faked it to Reisling and hangs on to it.
Number 3, Dylan Cooper makes the stop for the Patriots. 2nd and goal.
Second and goal from the 7. Picked up a yard there. Robles' his footwork, his setup, his delivery, every part of it looks, it looks like just a young college player. Rolls to his right, takes a look, fires out to the corner, and just overthrows him and took a big hit at the end. A clean hit, no flags. Pressure on there by Nathan Mariscal, another name synonymous with Liberty football.
Brother of the former running back.
Legend. Mariscal, legend.
Mariscal.
Juan, great player. Anthony. Okay, 3rd and goal now from the 7. Some trickeration, and will it be a pass? Johnson trying to get away, and some fantastic. And he does throw it, but what about players downfield? Touchdown, Clovis. And
I think it's going to stand.
It will. Oh my gosh, Nate Johnson. Great defensive coverage by the Patriots. They stopped the trickeration, but he stops behind the line of scrimmage and tosses a touchdown pass. Wow.
He was trying to throw it from the start, but then, of course, got pressured by the Patriots.
You think so? Or
the quarterback snuck out into the
So he was looking at Robles, but I also thought he might try to put the afterburners on. And either way, whether he ran out of real estate or Robles got picked up so quickly, bottom line is Johnson got to the he got to the line of scrimmage and stopped right behind it and tossed a touchdown pass. Wow-wee, 36-26.
You see that play quite a bit now since if you remember the Eagles a couple years ago when they ran that on the goal line, they threw it to Foles. I think it was Foles.
The Philly sneak sandwich?
Yeah.
Just like it was dreamed to be. Beyond dollars and cents is our
It's my partner Rick Van Horn, authored 2 great books, The Haley Street Heroes, and also wrote a great piece from Bakersfield High School, a great book in Bakersfield High School. He's been such an integral part of our local sports scene, football scene. His offspring are coaching at different levels, and it's just great to have Rick involved with us here. I appreciate Stan getting him involved. Kevin Willie is a West High Viking. I'm an Arvin Bear, so we got
Are going to go for the 2-point attempt.
Important 2-point conversion. Robles,
he's got some room,
and he's going to get there. How about that? So now they make it an 8-point game, and the coaching staff with Rich Hammond and his squad putting together a nice call there. They called timeout after the touchdown.
Rich Hammond on the sideline. He's fired up.
Of course, and he's burned a timeout with 10:40 to go, but I guess an important one because he just wanted to make sure, look, we can get this within 8 right now. You ever think that Journey really, truly believed, and I'll bring in Kevin on this discussion, the great musician that he is as well. You ever really believe that, you think Journey really, truly believed that, hey, 35 years later, this is going to be sang by 13 and 14-year-olds at every athletic event in the country?
I don't think so.
You know,
I mean, it's
how do you think Neil Diamond feels?
Yeah, Sweet Caroline after every baseball game. Of all things baseball.
That's probably the bigger shock.
And that was what, early 70s?
Or Iggy Pop opening to the Jim Rome show.
I think we got a game here.
I know we've got a game. 10:40 left here in the fourth quarter. It's 36-28. What a nice football game.
We talked about this being a heavyweight battle between two of the premier teams in the Valley. Teams that may face each other again come playoff time.
Some nice footwork by Montecitos, and he's now to the 50. And what a great return man he is. He just does a really nice job of surveying the land, figuring out where can I get the most out of it. I'll go there, and if something else pops open, let's see what happens. But he's done a really nice job. Great field position tonight for Liberty. I can't really remember him starting in bad position all night long.
That's right. Yeah. Their kickoff team's done a great job when Blevins hasn't put it in the end zone. They've still stopped, Clovis inside the 20, and they've had a couple good returns on both the punt return and on the kickoff returns.
Oh, man, for a second thought he might toss over to
Prentice there looked like
and he thought Prentice was standing right there to throw it, but right behind him was Coach Nixon. And I think, man, take a look at that and saw Nixon's eyes and said, you know what, I'll just hang on to this one.
Gonna eat this one.
Yeah, you know what? We saw the NFL game the other night on Monday night where you have Baker Mayfield going up against the Jets, and they were talking about how he just wants to make a big play. Every single play's got to be a big play, and they were just talking about as you get a little older, you just realize take this, take that. Sometimes you got to put it in the ground. How about man goes up top, could be picked off.
Oh.
Man's pass incomplete, intended for number 20.
Not a good.
Ooh, boy.
They got lucky there.
And Skylar Kuhn was making a beeline on Jason Oliver. Had that ball been caught, he was going to lay a whooping on him, but incomplete, and it was a risky pass.
Probably should have been picked off by Clovis there. They had two safeties back there kind of looking at each other. You take it, I got it. Isaac Garcia, who's had a pretty good night tonight.
A speedster. I thought he might pick it off. 3rd and 18, just like that. Quickly becomes a tough situation for the Patriots. Ball's near midfield, not there yet, but close.
Man, they got 5 wide here. Look for man, maybe a
and a dangerous pass, ill-advised, and a lot of pressure by just a few Cougars. And one of them is Andrew Maryhughes, 6'3", 230, and he looks pretty speedy as well. He was putting some pressure on man, and I can't imagine on a 4th and 18 they're going to do anything else but boot this football. And that's exactly what they're going to do, and Brady Torgiani is going to come out for the punt.
4th down for the Patriots.
Under 10 minutes to go here.
By number 29, Brady Torgiani.
Oh, he bobbled it. And, boy, that did a lot. Torgiani had to do a lot to get that off. He bobbled it, and he had 3 Cougars right in his grill, so he had to get rid of it. Not the best punt.
Not the best time for a bad punt either.
So now a little more drama added to this fourth quarter because the Cougars trail by 8, and we've seen with both teams, right when you're about to start yawning, boom, touchdown.
Yeah.
Ooh, how about this?
Pass incomplete. Number 16, Nathan Krause, providing pressure for the Patriots. Second and 10 for the Cougars.
9:25, plenty of time for both teams.
Second and 10. It's Robles. Fakes the handoff. Flushed out of the pocket and boom, got him. They finally got him. They've been trying to sack him all night long, and that time the defensive decisions were the perfect ones. They finally got to him. And, you know, when you see a quarterback that's rarely sacked, get sacked, it's awkward looking for him, for everybody else. He just, you can tell that he not used to it, doesn't happen. And the reason I say that, because he just had to go down. He had nowhere to go.
Kind of looked, he was a little confused on what he was supposed to do on that one.
3rd and 16, Robles from the shotgun. Takes a look, wants to launch one out. He has a man wide open. Are you kidding me? Grant Lake, nobody near him. Coaching staff running down the sidelines with him. Lake now makes a couple of moves, still on his feet. Goodness, to the 15-yard line. And there was nobody within 20 feet of him on the route. He cut right across the middle and ended up on the far side out there. And here comes Clovis.
Did you see who was running with him on the sideline
coaching
there?
staff.
Yeah, Coach Hammond there.
Coach Hammond running down the sidelines with his clipboard and his running, and he's just go, 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 go. Now cut, now cut.
He might be a full 5'5" with heels on. He's a little guy over there.
Heels. 8:14 and counting in the fourth. What a nice football game. 1st and 10.
Oh!
And it's almost picked off. That was almost picked off by Montesinos. That was close. Broke on it, and at least got his lead hand up there to knock it down.
Risley. Wow.
And Risley right between the hash marks.
That's
so
good.
Under 8 to go here, and here comes Clovis. What a football game.
That's got to give him a 3rd and a short 1. Clovis not done yet. And now we get an offside on Liberty.
Pretty smart play right there. Pretty smart play.
Prior to the snap, encroachment. Number 20 defense. Half the distance. Results first.
Strong, hard run. I think he got it. They did. I still don't see an official with a touch. Oh, there it is. Okay, finally, touchdown, Clovis. And with 7:31, do they really go for 2? Honestly. I mean, you would think that the foresight ahead of time earlier was to put him in that position, but honestly, with 7:31, it's a lot of time. But if you go for 2 and don't get it, then you're behind a field goal. So probably will. They probably will. You're right.
Down by 2, a field goal still win it for you.
Robles has Risley on his right. 2-point conversion. And it goes through the hands of the intended receiver. And
so with 7:31 left in the game, the score, Patriots 36.
Went through the big fella's hands, and I see Rich Hammond over there saying, it's okay, but next time just kind of lob it up there to one of your linebackers / running backs that doesn't see a lot of those passes come his way. Great play call, and he was open. Just
great play call, great ball, and just a drop from a number 15 there that we haven't seen. We haven't called his name all night long.
I want to just take just a second to talk about the Achieve magazine from the Curtin High School District. Just phenomenal job. the Director of School Support Services, Stan Green, and his staff of Deanna Ribbons, Dianira Anguinaga, Genesis Sicao, Vanessa Ramos, Ashley Ortega, Catherine Lugo. You've got Javier Valdez, Victoria Valencia, Miguel Garcia. Photographers, Nick Ellis, David Dennis. And this year we were very lucky to have writing for the Kern High School District, Lynch Mob, Stephen Lynch. And with everything happening around Kern County at a blistering pace, how about this Kern Aquatic Center? It's a big newsmaker, and it's going to be opening in the spring. It's going to be a great time. How about this? 36-34, Ramon Henderson. Now the speedster does what he does. Now Ramon Henderson, having called his name all night long, Rick, having called his name all night long.
And guess what? That's the first time he's touched the ball all night long.
What a tricky, sneaky little move by the coaching staff.
Well,
no flags.
That's just a mental mistake by Clovis. It's not rocket science when you're kicking off. Don't kick it to the fast guy.
And, Rick, did you notice how it looked like he was just kind of trotting, just kind of jogging down there? There was no need to put on the afterburners at all. He just kind of floated through the midsection of the field, and then gone. So after the big score by Clovis and the missed opportunity on a 2-point conversion, they come back and put it in the hands of the superstar track star, Ramon Henderson. Touchdown, Liberty. Wow. Blevins, PAT, the snap, the hold, the kick. It's up. We'll take a short break. 7:16 remains in the fourth quarter, but a big kickoff touchdown return by Henderson. Back right after this on the Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
So a 82-yard kickoff return by the superstar Ramon Henderson. And we had talked about him earlier, really not having his name called a whole lot, and there's reasons for that, obviously. They don't throw to his side on defense, and they put a couple of fast, speedy guys on him all the time. But when you kick it to him and you get him some room and some space, see you later. 43-34. And now what will Clovis have in their holster here? Ball taken at the 1-yard line. And Lake up to about the 27-yard line.
Gets out almost to the 30.
So with just over 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, what a nice football game for both teams. They both come in 3-1. Liberty's only loss is to Buchanan. Clovis's only loss is to Bullard. So, somewhat of an overview of the tough schools in the Central Valley.
Yeah, and then, you still got a Central. You've still got Bakersfield. You got some scores around. Bakersfield Christian suffers their first loss. Robles.
Robles tracked down by number 30.
And he
spent a lot of energy.
Landon Churchman with the tackle.
Spent a lot of energy just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage there.
How funny was that? public address announcer said number 30. Churchman wears 20. He went like this. He turned and went like that to the head. He turned and showed his chest to the PA announcer, like, "Hey man, that's 20, not 30, bro."
You don't call me very often, but when you do,
Exactly.
you better get it right.
Kevin saw that too. That was funny. 2nd and 10. Robles in trouble. Lets it go. Flies. Still.
Oh my!
And Lake, who has been nothing short of perfect all night long, making hard catches, had the old breadbasket catch just drop right out of his hands, and that would have been a gain of about 40 yards. Dropped.
Woo. He's had a great night up to this point.
3rd and 10.
Ridgeview loses to Clovis North, 41-27.
41-27. Ridgeview loses to Clovis North.
Yeah. 4th quarter, North 20, West 13.
Here come the Stars.
4th quarter, Frontier 41, Independence 14.
Okay.
Highland shuts out Golden Valley 38-0.
Wow.
Miramonte 20-7 still in the 3rd quarter. Here's a big one. Well,
Robles
we'll see.
Trying to get free and takes a big hit at the 34-yard line. Did not get the first down, so with 6:11 to go here, I would imagine they're going to probably have to do something special here. No, they're going to punt it away. They trail by only 9 with 6 minutes to go. What's the big score you're going to give me?
Centennial 10, St. Joe's from Santa Maria 8.
Garces Tehachapi? Or is that who they're playing tonight? I thought so.
You've got East 26, Porterville Menanche 21, 4th quarter. Stocksdale
nice
29, Sunnyside 20. That's the final.
Ball's down by
They
9.
down the punt at about the 26-yard line.
Foothill 31, Delano 28.
Hey,
4th quarter.
Hey,
it could be
these
3 in a
Trojans,
row.
These Trojans, what's happening?
And here's one. Garcia 63, Tehachapi 0.
What?
Kennedy 78, Taft 13.
78 points? I asked you to give me the football scores. 5:27 in this football game at Liberty High School. The Patriots hosting the Clovis Cougars. And, boy, it's been a very fun and exciting game to be a part of. And now Liberty.
Number 25, Mariscal, your ball carrier.
Mariscal carries the rock on this play.
Yard on the play.
And that's Nathan, by the way. And the clock will dip below 5 minutes here in 14 seconds.
Tackle for the Cougars. 2nd and 9 for the Patriots.
So some interesting goings on here tonight on Friday night around the Valley. Garces putting up some big numbers tonight. Foothill looking to get another win. North on a streak.
Cesar Chavez, 24, Shafter 13, 4th quarter.
2nd and 9. 4:40 left here in the 4th. Flags. What's the call here, Rick? Moved it back.
Good back 5, a little movement there. Liberty going with a 2-back set this last 2 plays. Henderson out of the game, taking a breather. But they still have Harless there and Kraus.
2nd and 14. Man wants to throw, finds his guy. Oh, and he drops a wide open pass, and that was Isaiah Taralba. And here comes some 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 flags right here at the end of the play. It's the last thing you want to see right here. If you're either coach, there is no good sign when you see 5 or 6 sportsmanlike flags fly. The Patriots do not want to stall or stop this game for any reason. Clovis can't afford to have any more yards marched up against them, so it's a lose-lose situation in these types of situations. And on top of it all, Terralba dropped the touchdown pass.
Yeah.
Long discussion, maybe offsetting. There was a fight. We broke it up. Offsetting.
Personal foul. Number 54 on the offense. After the play, personal foul. Number 4 on the defense. Those penalties offset. Result of the play is an incomplete pass. Third down.
But you know what? I think both coaches will go, okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Could have been us. What?
It takes the focus off number 30 for the Patriots there.
Yeah.
Isaiah.
Terralba had a touchdown had he caught that baby, and not lost in all of this was another perfect pass by Hayden Mann. And with a little bit over 4 minutes to go here, this game's not over, so we can't really get into the Kern High Network Player of the Game discussion. I'm going to try to let Rick loose and let him get down there and hand out that shirt. We'll have to see here.
We got Henderson back in the game. You might see Mann little quarterback draw here, but no, he's going to go.
He wants to go deep. You better get rid of it. Flag on the play. So, and boy, there's all kinds of weird stuff going on over this field now. Some players are starting to kick off helmets and kick feet, and there's flags going on. Fellas, come on now.
Keanu Williams, who's had a great night tonight, looked like he was involved in that. His hands were up, saying it wasn't me.
And Trevor Phillips, offensive lineman for the Patriots, lost his helmet for a second. Don't know if he's going to have to come off. Nobody's ordered him off yet. We saw a play last week, BC at El Camino, one of the mini calls that my partner Kenny Calvin was getting volcanic about, where one of our
play, personal foul, illegal hands to the face on the defense, 15 yards from the end of the run.
Wow.
Remains third down.
I'll finish this thought. One of our big linemen, Dre Bell out of Garces, goes up to make a tackle, and he's coming down on the guy. And as he's coming down, his helmet pops off, so he lands. They call a penalty that he was continuing play without a helmet, and he was on top of the guy, and they were going down. He had no way. What was he going to do? Just fly off him backwards with a helicopter or whatever, and oh my gosh. So I say that because we saw the helmet come off of one of these players, and it reminded me, you're not allowed to play, you're not allowed to continue play. Well, at the Ridgeview BHS game the night before, we saw a helmet pop off. Everybody stopped, and that's how it's supposed to go. But, oh, my man, KC was fired up. 3rd and 4. They got some big yardage out of that. Now Prentice Boone's going to give him a first, or will he give him a first down? Oh, man.
It's tough.
He was hit hard, about a foot. No, he did not get it. It's going to be 4th and inches, I think. Sorry, 3rd and inches. So, no, you're right, 4th down. That's what I thought.
That penalty is going to come back and haunt Clovis, because especially if the Patriots can convert here.
3 minutes and 8 seconds to go. 4th and inches. And they may bring it all the way over here, mark it right here, and these referees are going to take a timeout and measure this. So why don't we discuss it at least? Let's discuss it at least.
Okay. All right.
Some of the Kern High Network Player of the Game candidates tonight.
Yeah.
Some candidates tonight. K-Dub, you've been doing this for a long, long time with me. We go way back 20 years of Bright House Networks. Your thoughts on tonight's potential Player of the Game?
Well, there's a lot of them. I'm leaning towards Prentice just from that catch he made in the third quarter. And yeah, Boone.
Prentice Boone.
That's
Prentice Boone, okay.
Well, but Mariscal, I mean, it's going to be. I'm waiting for somebody to make a big play.
Prentice Boone's had a big night.
Yeah, and
in a lot of different ways.
So that catch in the third quarter really.
You know, you've got Kraus. Kraus had a good night.
Harless.
Harless made some good catches. Had a touchdown.
Hayden Mann's doing all the throwing.
Yeah.
You know.
Then you got Blevins, who scored
the first 9.
13 points tonight.
Oh yeah, right. 13 points, and they're only up 9. So, well, to be determined. To be determined. I'm going to weigh in here in a second. Let's just see. Kevin's expecting one more big play to decide it, and the coaching staff now going to call a timeout, I think. Or are they? They'd burn a timeout right now. The White Hat is still over there speaking with one of his officials.
They weren't happy about the way that measurement went, I don't think.
I concur with their interest in that spot, but the call's been made. Okay, back to action. 1st and 10, 3 minutes exactly to go. They want to throw. Man, tosses one out here, and incomplete pass. Just a little flick out here to the near side, intended for, of all people, Ryan Alvidrez. Again, haven't called his name all night. 2nd and 10, stops the clock.
Stops the clock. Clovis did a good job covering that. Liberty tried to sneak one in there on 1st down. Clovis has 2 timeouts left. Liberty has all 3 of theirs left.
As we mentioned, clock stopped on that. 2nd and 10, 2:56 to go here in the 4th quarter. Oh, gosh. We've been here a long, long time since halftime.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 16 on the offense.
Come on, guys.
5 yards. Remains 2nd down.
I shouldn't even referred to it off camera about the pace of the game. I referred to it off camera, not on the air, about how quickly the game was going. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. And, of course, as I mentioned that, the clock is stopped again. Officials having discussions. This 4th quarter has been over an hour, just the 4th quarter alone.
Please reset the play clock to 2:55. 2:55.
They're going to put 9 more seconds on the game clock. So,
putting a little tarnish on a great game played by both teams.
This thing's grinding down to nothing here. Second and 15 now. Game's not over, though. Prentice Boone on the carry. Boone looking for some good yardage. Flag on the play. Boone to the 40. Boone to the 30, and they shove him out of bounds. Flag on the play right in front of us. Clock will stop again. And Boone's yardage will come back.
During the run, holding number 61 on the offense. 10 yards on the foul. Replace the get down.
Oh my gosh. So we have gone 6 plays now straight with a flag. And 2 minutes and 47 seconds remains. And if you're Coach Hammond, you've got to be elated that you still are, your guys really aren't on defense. They're not getting fatigued when there's just a call after call after call after call. And the discombobulation of it all, really takes the flow out of Liberty. So, this is, 6 straight plays with a flag, and there's 2nd and 25 now. So if you're Coach Hammond, you're thinking, hey, we're okay here. Because now, obviously, Hayden Mann's thinking throw the next 2 downs. But, of course, they give it to Prentice. They stretch him out to the left side. Now Prentice breaks free, gets to the 40. He's to the 50 and goes down at midfield. Prentice Boone, what a run. Another flag. No, another flag.
Is that 7 straight?
7 straight plays with a flag. But they're picking it up and giving it to the ref. And
Liberty overloaded that left side and gave Prentice Boone the opportunity to get the edge there, and he made a nice run.
Okay, flag was picked up. And it is 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. And, Kevin, I think your selection of Prentice Boone might be a concur from me if this holds, because that right there was a pretty big dagger.
Wow. Same formation flipped over to the right here. You may see Boone try to get the edge out here.
They hand it to Boone. He slips, goes down. And now we have a timeout called by Coach Hammond on going to be a 2nd and 14. Second and 14 timeout, and that is their second, so they'll have one more after this.
Here's another Smile success story brought to you by Dr. Krause and Bakersfield Smile Design.
I don't think you can ever find a picture of me prior to 2008 smiling with my teeth. I've been to a lot of dentists.
Great big beautiful scoreboard of Liberty, commercials, modern day football. Boy, that's nice.
If you're unhappy with your smile, don't
So with 1:44 remaining, it's 2:13. It's 2nd and 13. I'm looking at that scoreboard. 2nd and 13, 100. Kevin, save me.
It's been a long game.
It's been a long fourth quarter, man. This fourth quarter's lasted a day and a half. $1:44 left, 43-34, 2nd and 13, balls into 47. How's that? If it really matters that much that I get it correct. I mean, you guys are so picky sometimes. This has been an incredibly long fourth quarter. On a game that had really fantastic flow for 3 quarters. So we're back. As we said, 2nd and 13. Man, strong left side up against that far side of the football field. They give it to Prentice Boone.
Oh,
another hold. Another flag. So that is 8 out of 9 plays with a penalty in this fourth quarter. Coaching staff for Clovis declining it, I believe. I think it will be.
The play, holding, number 58 on the offense. That penalty's declined.
Right.
Result of the play is 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd and 13, and I think sometimes you get to be an official and say you don't even want to throw it, but you got to.
Yeah.
You got to. We're going into our 3rd hour here now. White hat coming over to talk to Coach Nixon.
Clovis has one more timeout, one more stoppage of this game because they've got one timeout left.
The snap.
Third and 15. Man, right up with Prentice Boone to the 45-yard line. Nice, big, strong run. And that is going to make it a 4th and 5. But I believe the last time out is going to be
That is their third and final time.
taking their last time out. What would you say about Prentice Boone, Rick?
He's got my vote.
It's unanimous.
It's got my vote, you know.
The Kern High Network player of the game is Prentice Boone. Rick, I'll let you get out of here and get down there and catch that young man. Thank you, buddy.
Okay.
Great call tonight. Your final
Thank
thoughts
you.
on this game?
Tough game, hard-hitting game, very physical. Two of the most physical teams in the Valley. I think these are teams that are going to go deep in the playoffs, and they may see each other again. So I was impressed by Liberty and their depth. And they're, we knew about Ramon Henderson, but we had some other guys step up tonight. Krause and Harless and, of course, Boone. And man managed the game as well as he could. So it was a good overall night.
Thanks for your time. Great to see you. Have a great day, a great weekend of football watching, buddy. Thank you. Rick's going to head downfield and get that jersey or get that Kern High Network T-shirt over to our player of the game, Prentice Boone. Appreciate our buddy Rick so much. It's great to see him. Great to call the game with him. It's been a while. So Prentice Boone, our Kern High Network player of the game. Here's a punt, and it's a decent punt taken at the 10-yard line. And look at that. Isaiah Taralba wraps up Moses Sains and throws him down quickly. Rick's going to start making his way down to hand out that Kern High Network player of the game shirt. Those are valuable. Everybody wants those. Rico. Oh, that's Kevin's? Okay, buddy. Beat the crowd, buddy. Beat the crowd. Well, Clovis now with $1:22 left is going to try to make something happen here. Toss it across the middle, low, incomplete.
Number 10, Damian Sutton. Excuse me, Chris Ryland. Second and 10 for the Cougars.
And as Rick said, hard-hitting game. Nobody was cheated out of some big hits tonight, that's for sure. Everybody got to pop somebody. Second and 10. In trouble. They get him. They get him. Robles has only been sacked twice, but Mariscal got him that time. And time will continue to tick here. So Clovis now looking on a 3rd and 13, deep in their own territory, their own 7-yard line. And it's a 43-34 lead for Clovis. Robles now rolls out to his left. Tosses one out here to Johnson. Johnson does get out of bounds, but that's really going to just be an opportunity to try to pick up a first down, maybe more. Oh, they say he did not get out of bounds. The clock continues to tick. He did not get out of bounds. Huh. That looked interesting.
They all kind of let up.
I thought for sure he just ran out of bounds, actually. And this is going to do it right now. So Isaiah Robles is going to have to do something super special. He steps up, and he's going to try to get the first down. He will not, and that's going to do it right there. So a big win, 43-34 for the Liberty High School Patriots. The clock will stop for just a second. They switch and get the other offense on the football field. And that's a nice win. A nice win for Coach Nixon. Kevin, any final thoughts?
Well, I'm terrible with names tonight. Quarterback.
Man.
For
Clovis.
Robles. He's done a heck of a game.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is it.
Those returns, is it Mariscal doing the?
Montesinos
doing the. He's another one that was a close running for my vote.
That'll do it. 43-34, Kevin. Liberty with a big win. Thank you for your time. On behalf of everybody here at the Kern High Network, have a wonderful weekend. This is our last football game of summertime. Next week, autumn football. Good night and God bless.